Hello. We open today's adventure by looking down on well-lit clouds in a night sky. We're above clouds. There are two moons that are almost full, brightly illuminating the sky here. And so as we're just kind of coasting along and floating freely, and when we begin to hear just a low noise, kind of just this kind of pick up, and the soundtrack is just a and as it gets louder and louder, you see the clouds start to kind of bend and bow, like, you know, to kind of like bulge up a little bit before they drift aside, and a massive airship begins rising up out of the clouds. And as it rises up, it's like a huge blimp kind of style, but very, very technical looking, very clockworky. A lot of gears and things spinning as it rises up above the clouds. You can see light coming out of very large glass windows, a lot of brass and bronze and gold and white painted metals and such. And we zoom in. We begin flying in towards the back. So we basically got underneath the actual dirigible, or whatever you would call it, the big air section. Underneath that, we have this huge, like 200-foot long yacht-sized area for people and such to be in. And it's got multi-levels, and it comes down, and then underneath is like a big, long, like fin, almost like the top of a submarine, but coming out of the bottom with a long rudder that sticks off the back of that. And we see like the blue glowing engines coming out of the top rear, right underneath the large part, and it's just like and big fans spinning. And we begin to zoom in towards these huge pane glass windows that are at the back of the ship, and we can see a lot of very fancily dressed people, all super rich looking. And we're kind of coming in. As we get closer and closer, you can see that there's like casino tables and all sorts of like huge bar, and everyone is hanging out, having a good time and drinking. And we kind of come in through the window, and we zoom in on a waitress. She's wearing a very like high skirt with a white top and hair all tied up and such, and she's carrying a tray as she walks around. And people are like kind of putting on like dirty little like hors d'oeuvre dishes and stuff like that onto the tray as she's walking through and handing people some drinks. And then she walks towards there's like a large cylinder in like the center of the room here, with big metal doors. And she walks up to those doors, and people are, you know, like kind of like barking orders over at her, and she just smiles and nods and walks towards these doors. And the doors open, and she basically steps inside, and then she turns around, she smiles, and as the doors close, as soon as the doors close, she stops. She starts panting, just she is freaking out about something. You just see that you get this feeling of like she's in fight or flight mode, but there's nowhere to go. She's on an airship, right? And she's like holding it down, and she get like a bead of sweat comes down, and she kind of wipes it away as the doors open again, and she steadies back up, holds the tray up, smiles, and exits out. And she walks into a very brightly lit, very clean-looking hallway. And as she's walking down this hallway, we see a very dirty-looking man pushing like a cart, right? And she takes some of the stuff off of her tray and just kind of throws it into this cart. And they exchange something, but you don't actually you don't hear what they say. It's just kind of a muffled like, and she continues on. But now we begin to follow the cart, and we look inside, and we can see that there's gross, like just food leftovers and stuff like that. And as he pushes it down the hall in the opposite direction. He reaches a point which is basically just like a dumping bin. And he dumps it in, and we ride along with the garbage into this next section. As we land down, almost like the camera itself is a piece of garbage tumbling down this chute. It lands into a pile of other garbage and such, and we see a human skull laying there in the garbage. And then we hear as a big mouth comes in and just picks up a big chunk of garbage and just... Welcome to Tilted Tables. I'm Seven, the role-playing guy, and this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll introduce to you our cast. My very good friends here. I'm very excited for this little quest, this mission, because I've never done anything like this. I'm very excited. But I am joined, as always, as always, it's our third episode. Welcome back. It's 2019. With the host of this channel, Bayliun. How's it going, man?
Bonjour. Hello, everybody. We're excited for more Tilted Tables with these lovely people. They're all fantastic. And if you didn't watch any of the last episodes, we're going to do a quick recap for you. But for context, I'm playing a level 4 human paladin named Valdus. We'll probably go more into it than that. But I just want to add that I thought the only garbage monster in this story was Gobbo, but apparently not.
Oh, yes. An excellent segue as we introduce Chilbo Baggins.
Hello, my name is Chilbo Baggins. I am playing a level 4 goblin rogue who has basically her personality trait is solely based off of eating children. That's pretty much it.
Next we have our good friend Nova Lisi. How are you? How you been?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And I, for one, think that this garbage monster is a fantastic way to recycle and reduce waste. I am very excited. I think it's great. So I play a level 4 gnome druid named Moose. And then I also have my familiars. So in person I have Bagheera, but in the game I also have a little tarantula named Fluffy. So.
And
we got introduced to Snuggles, which I just remembered that I needed to make a character. Nice.
We also have Snuggles, not a familiar, but definitely part of the team.
Yes,
definitely part of the team.
And finally, we have Ryan Blue. Dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die.
How's it going, guys? I'm super excited. I'm playing Karis, level 4 Warlock. Excited to get back into it.
Woo! We're back, baby.
Sorry, I got a message.
Ow!
I have a lot of friends who like to message me like, hey, just as a heads up,
So popular.
your mic is speaking or something. So make sure we're all good. All right.
Are we all good on that front? We are?
Yeah, I think
okay.
so.
I think mine's a little loud, but I can change the input volume, so I'm going to turn it
quieter,
down a bit.
mate.
Who cares? It's not like we care about the audience.
Okay.
Anyways, so I'm super, like I said, I'm super excited for this mission. Before we dive into like a recap, I do want to just give you guys some meta gaming information that this one is this mission is kind of more based on the idea of it being a heist, right? So over your typical Dungeons and Dragons kind of game, it's more of a heist. So it is entirely possible to do this without getting into combat.
Woo.
It would be really difficult, but if I don't want you to think like, oh, where's the boss monster or whatever, what have you. This is a heist. So, to recap, just in general information, these 4 lovely individuals and Gobbo, sorry, 3 lovely individuals and Gobbo are members of the Ministry of Interplanar Defense and Security, otherwise known as Midas. They are a secret organization that travels between planes to acquire, I guess is a good word, evil or just bad magical items and that could be used for evil and take them back to be safely something done with them. They don't really know. They're just agents that get sent off. on their first quest, they went to a town called Vintner's Cross, where there were children going missing, and a rumor that the Midas has precogs, right? These people who are able to see the future, and they got this ping that it had to do with this pipe of Hamlin. And they were able to go there, and they eventually figured out where the pipe was, and they, after getting thrown out of a bar, each of them individually, one by one, and triggering all sorts of alarms, trying to break into a farmhouse, and riding logs down a river, and all sorts of crazy adventures. I highly recommend you go back and watch it. There's some audio issues in the first episode, but I think we're all cleared up now. So but I do recommend you guys go back and watch that. It was a lot of fun, and eventually they were able to acquire the Pipe of Hamlin. They were able to save some children. It's better than none. Gabo didn't need any of them, so
character growth.
And right at the end, they did return back to the ministry to return that pipe, and they were told, "Perfect, great, you make an excellent team. We're gonna keep you guys together in your next operations." As we jump into this week, it's been, let's say, 4 to 6 weeks since you all returned from that. All of you had leveled up. You're all level 4 now, which we did off stream. And yeah, so basically you've had several weeks now to go about various different things. Most of you would be going through training. That's why you were able to level on top of having operational experience. Most of you, you would have required training regiments and classes and stuff like that on your various different things. For example, Karis would probably have gone into, more magic training and more about the jumps that he has to do and such like that. Novalisi probably more nature training and learning about the different realms and survival, the tactics and stuff like that on them. Gabo probably would have just been chained to the corner, and Valdis would have probably undergone more leadership training and
went down the pub, mate. You know what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, no, see, but that's the thing. So we do have a few things. One, Valdis, you got a sword.
I did.
That you didn't want, that you wanted to keep secret from the ministry so that you could keep for yourself.
Yeah.
So tell me, how would you go about that?
Well, I assume upon arriving back from the mission, coming through the portal, I would have placed it perhaps inside my cloak and then charmed the person who was inspecting equipment afterwards.
Okay, well, no, I mean, there's not necessarily somebody who comes through and inspects equipment.
Oh.
Most of the equipment is yours,
not me,
right?
anyway,
You guys are,
I'm the son of the.
So you have to. But I'm more wondering, what do you do with it? I mean, hiding it inside your cloak, I could see that. That's fine. I mean, shit, having it in plain sight probably not that big of a deal if you're just carrying it like it's your sword, and it's not like people are just walking around going detect magic. Why do you have a magic sword? We didn't give you that. You know what I mean? They're assholes, but they're not that kind of assholes, right? They're not helicopter parents. Your dad is barely there. So oh, by the way, Valdis is the son of a very, very high up individual. Yeah. So Valdis has basically been dragged into this, kicking and screaming, essentially. He is the reluctant hero of the story. And by hero, I mean he's a dick. So
classic anti-hero.
Yes, exactly. So basically you would have turned in, but the trying to get around and get it identified and such like that. Would you say you probably would you know shadier individuals?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I know all the shady individuals.
So the guy who sells skooma at the Mages College.
Yeah. I know all the dwarves. I speak all the languages.
Yeah.
There's the fences.
Yeah.
All right.
Fences, yeah.
So how about give me I'm gonna get just a deception check in general. This will just be an in general, or actually, you know what? Let's do it as a performance check.
Performance.
Yeah. Just as I'm acting normal. I'm acting like this is not my big deal. The DC is not going to be too high, but it's definitely going to be are you able to not draw attention to yourself that you're hunting down one of your friends to identify this? Yeah. See, that's good.
Good.
All right. So
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
you are able to identify the sword, which you had previously inspected and done some Arcana checks on, or at least you or Karis did. Somebody did some Arcana checks, and you were able to get that there was a sigil relating to flight on the sword.
Yeah, flying sword. Sorry.
The sword is not a flying sword, and the sword does not allow you to fly.
Oh.
It is a +1 longsword, but +3 against creatures that have a flying speed.
Ooh.
That's nifty.
We're soaring, flying.
Is that +3 damage or +3?
Both.
Oh, okay.
So basically, if in the monster manual the monster has a flying speed, it is now considered a +3 sword. So it's a +1 sword, so +1 to attacks and +1 to damage. But if it has a flying speed, say it has wings or what have you, it is now a +3 to attack and +3 to damage.
Okay, that's a strength weapon though, right?
That's a yes.
Okay, cool. No worries. I'm strong. It's fine, guys. I can handle it.
But yeah, it is. While he was able to identify it, while it was probably had a name at one point, it doesn't anymore. You don't know what the name is. You didn't get the name from an identify, but so you can feel free to name it yourself if you want to.
I'm gonna call it Cassandra with a K.
Oh wow!
All the classiest Cassandras have Ks. All right. Now, is there anything that anybody else really wants to do over the span of well over a month? Is there anything that you're thinking, you know what, my character really wants to find more information on this, really wants to go find this, like somebody who might be a specialist in this and have a private conversation. You know what I mean? Like anything that you guys can think of that you might want to, do. Sorry, I've got a stomping child above my head.
Just someone else. I've got one. If someone else wants to go first, so.
Go for it. I don't know if anyone
I
else
would like
does.
to think that Valdis at one point got so drunk one night that he got married to somebody, and then had to sort of go on a series of wacky and wild adventures to get out of the marriage. Probably some
Congratulations! Oh my
And
gosh, the
now
happy couple!
stays away from that side of town, so that's probably
Yeah, so your
been a
half-orc wife.
yeah, I have a wife technically. How about that?
Yes!
Yeah. I want to imagine that it was like on some random plane of existence. Like you took a vacation off to you like the plane of Tijuana.
There we go. Yeah, exactly.
You ended up getting married after a hard night of fantasy tequila.
There we go.
And
Sounds about right. Okay, cool.
and you got married to a Tijuanan half-orc. And
Sexy.
she's nice. She was nice. You like that she could easily pick you up.
Dick.
I like it.
Oh
I
wow!
like it. You know, I could see that Valdis would have mommy issues. And he like,
I definitely have mommy.
he like needs, someone to.
Hold
It's
me.
good.
Swaddle him.
You
Yeah,
don't talk
yeah.
about that, all right? That's private. You don't know what goes on.
Just
That is what happens. Though.
tuck your head against her
Yeah.
bosom.
Sounds good. Comfortable.
Rocks. You to
Imagine she
sleep.
has like 3 bosoms as well.
You
It's
gently
just like-
sob.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
3 titties.
Anyways, the divorce is still pending. So
Okay, exactly. Yeah.
turns out the Tijuana law, how it works with divorce, it's a little complicated. You're expected back in a month.
Yeah.
So
I would love to hear that she gets alimony.
Hopefully not.
I'm gonna put that in my OneNote. Hold up.
Oh.
Where did my OneNote go? Every time. There it is. Let me just add that note. What's her name?
Yeah.
Jurg.
Jurg?
Jurg. Yeah.
But yeah, with a Y apostrophe ERG.
Yes. Jurg.
Beautiful. Such a beautiful name.
It is.
Probably
She's a
was.
beautiful lady.
Sounds like
Except
the noise I make
well,
when
At
I
the same
vomit.
time, Valdis was drunk and regrets it all, so it's, you know.
It sounds like a foghorn. Yuga.
All right. Can't let you talk about it like that. That's pushing the line. Terrible.
What would your ship name be? Like your relationship name? Like Bradgelina?
Valgurg.
Blurg.
Yergis.
Right.
Blurg.
My note: Valdis married a half-orc. Yerg was drunk, probably owes alimony.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
Off to a great start.
Yes, this is what I love about Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, so does anybody else have anything else? Any regrets they might have over the last 4 to 6 weeks?
I like to think Karis was just being broody in a library somewhere for 4 weeks straight.
You know what I'd like to do? I think I would like to go on some kind of like makeover scene with Karis and try to like get him to be more positive and to like make him feel wanted and loved.
Yeah.
I would like to have like a montage of me like forcing him to do like super fun things. Like go to, I would like to go to a nightclub with Karis.
But then after the whole makeover scene, and we realize that Karis is actually hot once he takes off his glasses and like a little bit of makeup on and has his hair done, he finds out that you only invited him to prom on a bet.
No,
I trusted you.
Moose.
Moose would not do that. Moose would never. How dare you?
Okay,
I was vulnerable.
That's not canon. Okay.
How dare you?
He was at a low point. Okay.
I
mean, he's always at a low point. He's
to
Karis.
show you true friendship.
All right.
God.
Okay, but yeah, no, I mean that could definitely happen. I mean, so like I said, you guys have some realms of existence that you're free to go to. Like they've determined these are safe, they're good. The rules are still like the rules are still, you know, you're not supposed to talk about Midas and stuff like that, right? You can't reveal that you're an agent and everything like that. But there are a few doors in these in the ministry that directly connect to doors on safe realms that you're basically free to go to, essentially. And like they're just like, you know, you're part of like a mysterious guild on that plane. So like there's definitely ways areas that you can go to and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get drunk at a bar tonight on this plane, which is like a really high magic plane that has, you know, like floating carpets for Uber carpets,
upside down cocktails
around cities and such like that. And so you definitely have options like that. You're not just you guys aren't just cooped up in the ministry. The ministry, it's almost like it's almost very Doctor Who artist kind of feel, where you like walk through a door and it's bigger on the inside because it's technically in a different plane of existence. So like you walk through a door into a small building and ta-da, you're in the ministry. So like people know that's the guild over there, and people come in and out of it all the time, but they don't realize like if you know the password, you actually end up in a different plane of existence. So
in that case, I would like to take Karis to a tiefling realm and go to a nightclub there.
Oh my god, my people.
Yeah.
Tiefling nightclubs, I imagine, are like straight up like
from
like
Blade.
Although like the like very like quasi cyberpunk, like
yes,
super goth, like super goth.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Yes. Let's go.
Tieflings just pounding on huge drums constantly.
Oh my god.
Everyone's like in leather head to toe, like mohawks abound.
They've all dyed all their leather black. There's like black, Black Panther tides or something.
Just
like that.
like they never got out of their scene phase. Like there's just like black eye makeup just everywhere, black lipstick.
And their skin's all like red and blue and purple and stuff. So it's all
I like that.
Legit, I've never been like real jealous of one of my D&D games before. That fucking sounds awesome.
That's a good time.
So down for this.
Business idea. There you go.
Yeah, that's just the Tiefling pub. All right. Okay. All right. How do you think you guys' night went? Do we want to make some rolls to find out whether or not that was tragically awful or?
What should I roll?
I guess, I mean...
My goal is to And my goal is to let him have fun.
Oh,
I want him to have fun
That's so nice.
for once in his life.
At a tiefling nightclub, it sounds like that could mean one of many things. Like,
Okay.
It sounds
Okay.
like you're going home alone.
Oh wait, that's a save. That's a save. That doesn't count. That's a save. Okay, let me do rewind.
oh,
Oh,
great.
hell yeah!
Harris, for all the times that you've sat in the library brooding about, just all this shit and talking to your patron. The patron shuts up the fuck up for a night. Turns out he can't drown out Moose's happy-go-lucky voice just constantly in your ear for that whole night. And you find that, holy shit, you have a really good time. Like,
You have the best time of your life, motherfucker.
you come back and you've got like Mardi Gras beads on, and like your goth makeup smeared.
That's
Your
crazy.
cheeks hurt from smiling so much.
So on the way out, I cry and I hug Moose and say, "You're my best friend."
Aw.
Mission accomplished. Oh, I'm so happy.
Nice.
Now, Gabo, what kind of trouble do you get into?
I would like to think that Gabo was trying to accustom herself into society, trying to be more humanistic, trying to be okay with being around children and not wanting to eat them all the time, because it was kind of a hindrance.
Volunteering at
It was
the
really hard to focus on her job when she was just like salivating every time she saw like a small little lad running around. So that's what she was trying to do. Like, she took up some training classes, like, you know how you would train a dog or something like that. She went to those where it was like specialized for like goblin.
But like
Goblins
early
trying to-
childhood.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There you go.
I just imagine Gabo like volunteering at the Midas like child
Daycare?
care.
Yeah.
Just like get like a worker placement, just a few hours under observation.
Exactly. Perfect.
So does
You're,
she
like,
succeed?
playing, and a kid like throws a brick at your head, and you're just
That's
like,
what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering.
So for the most part, yes, but like every now and then she'll sniff out like a certain blood type, like O negative or something, and it's just like her weakness where she like can't resist it.
give
you know?
me a Constitution save. Or actually, no, Wisdom save.
Wisdom.
You're gonna
Oh,
eat some child.
wisdom saving throw. Okay.
We've only had good rolls. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Nice.
No, you do have one moment where you almost lash out, but like you were like, you just remember that your blood sugar's a little low. You forgot to have breakfast. You were like, oh, that's why.
Exactly. So I just went out and got like a little rabbit or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
From the Midas, their food court.
Yeah.
Precious.
All right, great. So after about 4 to 6 weeks, you guys have gone through training and you've had your little adventures and stuff like that. You've all leveled up, and it's in the middle of a down week. Like it's considered like, okay, you've been on for all this time, you're off now, and it's like you're supposed to have like 7 days off with just nothing going on. You have no scheduled classes, you have no scheduled no meetings, no nothing. They're like forced. It's like forced leave, basically. Like, you are literally not allowed to work. Go, like, kind of thing. But it's about halfway through that when it turns out, oh no, we need you back because you have a mission. Where are you when you get the notification? What are you doing? Let's start with Valdis.
Probably training. Yeah, just by myself, quietly. As if I never train, but like, actually I do train really hard, just in secret. It's like in the rafters or somewhere, like just like dancing around and like whipping things.
All right. You only train when they don't want you to train.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Just like
You're a
secretly.
private act of rebellion.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So you're training with your whip and you're learning, I would say probably like you're learning that disarm,
Yeah.
right? So you're like,
that's what I
setting
learned.
you're setting things up and just like beer bottles and stuff like that. And you're like, and you like grab them and pull them across the room and stuff
Yeah,
like
drink
that.
them.
I'd like to imagine that was also how he met Yurga. Practicing that
She was
whip.
better at it than I
She
was.
looked at it and
I
she's
was
like,
oh my god, who is this one? You know your way around a whip, young lady.
You disarmed her heart.
Aww.
It's like, oh,
She disarmed his wallet.
yeah, as well. As my loins.
All right, so that's you're sitting there training when you hear a very familiar sound of basically like a dimension door that's kind of like magical of someone like phasing into the room that you're in. And they're just they kind of come through. It's like just a person in loose fitting but nice clothing. Just a man, dark hair, deep widow's peak. And he's just Master Valdis.
Who are you looking for? Sorry.
Valdis. That you are.
Never
Master
heard
Valdis.
of him, mate. Never heard of him.
Yes. Anyways, you're being recalled. You have a mission. he hands you
No,
a-
I'm not. I've got 7 days off.
Yeah. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. Just
I've shot many messengers. All right. Just forewarned. What is this message anyway?
the note is here. Just take it.
Okay, I will reluctantly read it.
Do whatever you want reluctantly. All right, bye. And yeah, so you read it, and it's basically saying urgent operation, recall, necessary meeting at at 3 p.m. basically the following day.
So early.
Be prepared for full operation.
Okay. And can Valdis pretend that he's not read this? Like, get away with it, maybe.
It fades away as soon as you read it.
Bastards. Just say that.
This message will self-destruct.
Okay. Well, then I guess I will. I mean, I don't think Valdis has a choice, so he will comply, because secretly he's a little bit bored. So.
All right, Moose, what are you off doing during your week vacation when you get this message?
I'd like to put in some volunteer hours at the Midas clinic. Is there some kind of where I can help with the challenging medical issues and stuff and learn.
Okay.
stuff.
Give me a persuasion check to find out whether or not they say no. You're on leave. You need to go.
Oh, true. Okay.
Oh yeah, no. They're like, we are a bit swamped. Look, we're just gonna have to write your name down as someone else, and then
It's okay. You can call me Nova. It's my it's my undercover name.
All right, Nova. All right, so yeah, you've got I imagine you with gloves on that are sterilized, right?
Oh yeah.
About to walk into a room.
I'd like to be elbow deep in an abdomen, actually. Just
All right, but it's not human. I want to imagine it's an some sort of.
Oh yeah, some kind of gigantic mammoth creature.
Just shuffling things around.
Yeah, especially as a gnome, a 3 foot tall gnome, just
yeah, the feet off the ground,
I've got one of the nurses holding my feet, and they dive in.
I imagine this scene opens where it's a black screen, and we just hear the of the opening up, and we're inside and looking out at
it's like birth.
Organs.
It's birth.
Yeah. And yeah, so then right behind you, just phasing in, we get that widow-peaked guy, and he's like, I'm looking for Moose. Moose?
Oh, what's that? No moose here. I don't know what you're talking about.
We look over, and one of the nurses there is she recognizes oh, what this is, and she's just she's going by Nova. She's right there. She's on the side. I'm sorry. Nova?
Oh, yep. That's me. What's up?
You're being recalled. It's I gotta. Should I hand this to one of the nurses, maybe?
Yep. I'll get that in a second.
Oh,
I'm a little distracted.
there's an accent creeping out.
Where does it come from?
I like it.
Wow, the Nova persona. I like it. Okay, create a backstory for Nova.
She's a small country girl.
Worked on a horse farm.
Yeah.
Specializing in weird pregnancy birds, apparently.
All right, so he hands it to one of the nurses before, and then eventually you've cleaned up and you take a look and you get that same message, and it
Cool.
fades off. All right, Karis, are you brooding in a library still?
I like to think that he took a break from that to go out into the middle of a cornfield and to just cast
there.
Eldritch Blast on hay
Corn.
barrels. Yeah, exactly.
You just see random poofs of popcorn.
Yep.
Just.
You're so angsty.
I imagine here's what I imagine for the scene. As soon as the fade in, right? He fades in, we just hear, and he looks down, and he's like standing in like cow manure, and he's just like, Karis.
I love it.
You're being recalled. He doesn't say anything more. He just hands it.
I just say fuck, and then it just kind of pans back.
All right, and yeah, you get the same thing. The note dissolves. Gabo.
Gabo, she's stalking on rooftops, looking for. She's like in a town,
Uh-huh.
and she's on rooftops and she's stalking like in her stealthy gear, and she's looking for people to pickpocket and to get some just coin, just doing what Gabo does.
Okay.
Moving around.
All right. I imagine like we get the scene of like Gabo like jumping between roofs, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just her silhouette, just
Yeah.
and like in like a night sky, like we get like a very like Batman vibe or whatever, and then
Music's
like
perfect.
drops down off a roof and like it's like reaching into someone's like into
God.
someone's like coin purse or something like that, and it's like reaching in, and as Gabo is reaching in, we hear Gabo. As like people turn around.
Just
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I don't know why I'm having you roll this, because I'm like, only bad things can happen. If you get a bad score. All right. Wow.
Oh, wow. We're
I'm
rolling
making
so
you guys
well.
burn all your good.
Yeah, for real though.
These are important rolls, okay? Like,
All right. So yeah, you
Mhm. Play it off
and
cool.
yeah, you're handed the he's holding out the note, and he's just like, I pretend I didn't see that. You're being recalled.
Yeah. Thanks. Just take it and walk away.
All right, and he out. So, the next day at 3 p.m., does everyone show up on time?
Yes.
no.
Yes.
yes. I am 3 minutes early.
Exactly 3. All right, the door's locked. Valdis, do you not show up on time?
I'd like to think if everyone else showed up on time, right?
Yep.
I'd like to think I look around the corner and see everyone else waiting by the door and then decide to wait for a minute before going over. Because I don't want people to think I turn up on time. Like, it's,
Right. Yeah. You were on time, but you want to be fashionably late.
so I want to see if they're talking about
You're
me.
peeking
you know,
into the window of the party, just waiting for everyone to be there. Before you...
Now.
It's the perfect time. Right after the cute girl shows up. Okay.
Karis is
Which is
openly
Gabo.
talking shit, and he's like, he's always late. He's always trying to do backflips. I don't understand.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So basically, yeah, you guys are able to. Well, okay. So the 3 of you hear the door unlock, and it's basically you're going into one of like the standard briefing rooms that staging areas before you head off and everything like that. And you go inside the room and it's empty. There's nobody in it, but there's, a big like briefing table and various different, seats arranged around and such. The table's empty. There's nothing there. There's nobody here. The light isn't even on. Like, it's just kind of like.
But the door opened?
Yep.
Does anyone else have an invisibility skill other than Gobbo? This is interesting. Well, who wants? Are we all walking in? Does anyone want to walk in first?
I'll walk in first.
Okay, you go.
You're friend of the darkness, anyways.
There you go. Yeah, I'm excited.
Pretty sure you can all see in the dark apart from me.
Yeah. I'll follow
All right.
Karis.
And then I'll be behind.
Okay, so you guys go into the room. Valdis, after seeing everyone go in, do you decide now is the good time to show up fashionably late?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in.
Oh, so you'll be like the last one. Like as soon as like everyone's in, you like kind of
Walk
catch
up
up.
to the door and just knock on it, the open door, and then just say, "All right, dickheads." That's what we normally do. Classic Valdis.
He's such a nice guy. I don't know.
He is a nice
why-
guy, really.
I don't know why I keep giving him shit.
Right?
All right. You guys are all just hanging out in an empty room. What are you doing?
Oh my god, it's so good to see everyone! What have you guys been up to? Oh, I'm so excited.
Not avoiding you. That's what I've been doing. Yeah, definitely not that. So.
Aww, I'm so happy to hear that. I've missed you too.
Right, yeah,
Aww.
Karis, did you change your hair, mate? What's going on?
Just got a little thinned up,
Right.
Just something new. Yeah.
It don't look too bad, actually. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
like it.
Appreciate it.
Karis, self-care is so important. I'm so happy. I'm proud
Thank
of
you,
you.
Merce. I've learned everything from you.
Mm.
Brother, word on the street is you have a beautiful wife.
I don't know.
Congratulations!
I don't know where you would have heard that. You must have been, stealing the catnip from the wizards again. Probably, right?
Oh
That's what it is.
my.
I did that
Well,
once.
It's not overreact, it's a
It's
very...
canon that catnip works on goblins.
It's on a minor plane with a very small settlement of people. It's no big deal. It'll get
I would
annulled.
love for you to.
Why
ever
weren't we
consider the family.
invited?
It kind of was like a last minute wedding, really. Like, I don't think
You
I was
evoked
invited. I was
for
just,
love?
well, I don't really remember. She just had a, great whipping technique. And at the time that was really, really like hot. And now, I kind of regret most of it, but probably won't be the first time I get married. So
Why haven't you introduced us? Are you embarrassed of us?
I don't really remember where it was. I just remember, I think they'll summon me back to sign the papers.
What was her name?
I know this one.
Jurga.
Check my notes.
Yeah, Jurga. It's a
Jurga.
traditional name for her people. Yeah, so
Oh, that is a beautiful name. I can
Yeah.
see it now. Your children in the future, little Jurga and Valdia. It's just beautiful. Beautiful.
you're just jealous, mate. If I'm going to be honest,
I am so happy for you. And I'm so jealous that I wasn't able to be there.
Right, this is enough of this. What's going on? What are we doing in this room? Why are we here? Why do we get summoned? I was having a nice vacation, drinking some.
Aren't
lovely
you
This
the
beers.
conversation is not over.
I was at a gambling table, on a winning streak. All kinds of good stuff were happening. Hello? Anybody here?
Well, let me just walk over to this corner. Is there anything in this side of the room?
No.
All right.
Empty room.
There wasn't anything in that side of the
If
room.
they've recalled us back, just have a chat. I think I need to go. I'm not going to stand around here. I was under the impression something exciting would happen, so...
Maybe we need to do a sacrifice.
Yeah, this is supposed to be our off. Oh,
Have you been eating babies again?
No, I've quit. I quit
Uh-huh.
cold turkey.
That's what you said last
I
time.
haven't
Quit?
eaten a baby in 2
Oh my gosh.
You've
I
been
am
hella
so
so
proud of
cool.
you.
Thank you.
Without any aid, I've heard that there's a patch that you can use to help,
Yeah,
with
can't
the
go
quitting.
cold
Are you-
baby.
It was like this this new thing, like cognitive behavioral magic. I don't know.
Oh, wow. I've heard of that. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. I am so glad that it's been working for you.
Me too.
Thrilled.
Let me know if you ever need me to come with you to one of your meetings, you know?
Oh, yes.
Sponsor.
What have you been up to?
Me?
Musella? Yes.
Oh, I have been relaxing and not working. And just really doing me.
Self-care.
Sometimes I do me when I get bored.
Okay, well, body positivity, man.
Okay.
Just
Every woman,
do your
I feel like
thing.
every woman's said that. Oh,
Okay.
Good for you. Good for you. How about you, Karis? How have you been? It's been a few days since I've seen you.
It's been a couple days. I've been good. Just been, out in the cornfields, blowing up corn, doing my thing.
Okay.
You're a bit weird, mate. Anyone ever told you that?
Blow off some steam. Don't while you
You
don't
know,
catch up.
literally.
Self-care.
It doesn't hurt
Who's taught me
anybody.
about self-care? This is self-care.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anybody. You know, it gets you popcorn.
It's a healthy snack.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for your, it's good practice and everything. I think that's a healthy outlet for your angst that you really have built up. So I am just so freaking happy for you and your cornfields.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
So what are we doing here? Why are we just hanging out in this room?
It's at this time that you guys, very similar to how Valdis entered, you hear that, but the doors opened and you guys kind of all turn around and you look and you see this very tall woman. She's elven, blonde hair tied behind her head, very tightly knotted behind her head. She's carrying a whole bunch of like scrolls and big rolls of paper underneath one arm. She's very nicely dressed. She looks like Gwyneth Paltrow playing Pepper Potts in Iron Man. That's like the whole vibe she kind of gives off. And she's just like, hello, I'm sorry, I might have found the wrong room. Are you the operations team?
Yes, do you need some help with those scrolls you've got there?
They're not that heavy, I'm afraid. I'm all right. Okay, well, I am your operations and intelligence officer. You may call me Zed.
Ugh.
Hi, Zed. I'm Moose.
Hi, lovely. Charmed to meet you all, I'm sure. Excuse me, she's kind of like trying to push. I imagine she has to kind of push past Moose, who just doesn't get that she's in the way.
Karis is like, hey, don't bump into her.
I'm so sorry.
All of a sudden, he's gotten very protective. No, I was defending you.
Moose, you're looking at the way that
I'm yelling at the new person.
Cars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so she's very tall. She's got the pointy ears, but they what have you. She walks over to the table and she just kind of does one of these and snaps and the lights come on in the room. You guys are just kind of sitting here. The lights kind of light up around. They kind of glow slowly illuminating the room. And
I didn't know they were those clappy lights. Cool.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Pack it in.
Anyways, yes, terribly sorry that you have all been recalled. I just found out about it myself. Sorry that I am late. I was gathering the necessary documentation that we were going to need for this operation. As your operations officer, you will let me know of various different things that you might need for this mission, and then I will see about procuring them before you go. But before you do go, it is my to inform you of what you will be doing. Your father, Valdis, handed me your team specifically.
Why?
I wish I knew.
We'll tell him to fuck off.
I can assure you, Valdis, I am just as displeased about this as you are. But here we are. Let's do our best.
Right, what is it then?
All right, well, there is a certain blade called the Saventus blade. It is located on a plane. It was recently popped back up on the plane of Terragon. We don't know much about this plane. We have a few agents who have gone forward. It seems to be perpetually covered in clouds, creating an exceptionally cold surface. Most of the cities there have been built underground. And travel between cities is mostly done by large, expensive airships. Right now, we have found out that this blade is being transported between two of the major cities on the airship Decadence.
I've been there, mate. Great casinos.
Right. Anyways, she
I thought
like
it was contextual. I'm sorry.
she drops the paper, the rolls of paper on the table there. It's just like blue, kind of like hardened surface. It's almost like the surface itself kind of begins to glow as she sets things down on it. It's got some like blue stone, which magically infused, so it kind of just illuminates this light and kind of lights it up from underneath as she begins rolling out. She's like, intelligence agents have been able to procure the blueprints of the Decadence before you go in order to plan out your operation before you begin.
Ooh la la.
There are 5 levels to the ship. The top level, of course, being engineering, crew, and such things. And then as we work our way down, there are 5 ships of this class currently on this realm, which is how we were able to get the blueprints. We believe that the blade itself is being held in the luxury suite under the protection of a very powerful woman there and her entourage who have...
I love powerful women.
So do I.
Of course. Anyways,
Sort of professional, aren't we?
I winked at her if she didn't catch that, by the way.
did not.
Oh my god.
Hold on, sorry. Sorry. Under the protection of a noble woman, I believe, who we goes by the name Anvis Kesrol.
Anvis Kesrol? What kind of shooting name is that?
Local, I'm sure.
How do you spell that?
Anvi.
A-N... Okay, I thought the last name.
Kesrol.
Yeah.
K-E-Z.
K? It could have been Q-U-E, like queso, for all I know. I don't even...
Spending a lot of time on the Tijuana.
Like the bird, Kez. From
Plane, I see. K-E-Z, Arawa. Anyways, if you need anything, any questions, this here, you can see where I'm pointing on the blueprints.
No.
No?
Okay, yep.
Oh, I see.
We believe this is the luxury suite. We believe that most of the upper deck of the luxury suites are filled with her entourage.
In level 2 or level 3?
On level 3.
Okay. And those boxes on the right and left, are those the suites?
Those are various different rooms, yes.
Okay.
Most of the walkways here are balconies and walkways overhead.
Ooh,
Oh, I see.
Looking down.
Okay,
balconies, guys.
cool. Cool.
There are
Okay.
there are 3 elevators, each one accessing different levels, which have been written here for you to see. Many different walkways. There is one outside deck at the front on the first level.
Where are the elevators? Are those the circles?
Correct.
Okay, I see. And do we know if there are windows or anything into this luxury suite?
Yes, I believe there are a series of small portholes.
Are they just portholes, not like human size could fit in? Okay.
Goblin size, yo.
I do not believe that they open either, but
Oh, okay. That's good to know. What about ventilation?
Great call.
most of that moves through the engineering level on the top.
Okay, but does it, like, are there, like, ventilation shafts that go to the luxury suites? I'm assuming so.
Yes, from the top level.
Okay.
Let's talk about security.
So between floors there are many things. Security itself is well, I mean, light to say the least. But however, she does again have her entourage. Her entourage is presumed to be very well armed and very well skilled in various different schools of magic. As far as security itself on the airship as far as the airship itself, it's security exists. They are all undercover and do not make themselves known, just normally to handle drunken folks, etc.
So, do we know what this Anvis Kazroy do we know what her what she looks like?
I am told she is a human woman. We do not have much more information than that. She will be probably the wealthiest looking woman. And
Okay.
This place where this blade is being kept, is there anything else in it? Is this like a vault where this is being held?
Unfortunately, the blueprints themselves do not show any vaults. We do not know the specifics of the ship of the decadence of which you are going. We only have the blueprints of the model.
What makes the Saventus blade special? Why are we going after
Cool
that?
name, obviously, Moose. Come on.
The Saventus blade has been said to have killed thousands by itself. At this point, it is a ritual blade used in a cult, and we believe that the number of dead it single-handedly claims has possessed it with a number of angry spirits. Let's just say it has begun to take a mind of its own.
Do we have some way of containing this thing? How are we going to get it out of there? Like, just pick it up, carry it? Some people are like noble-minded like me and couldn't possibly be corrupted by such an artifact.
Oh,
But-
right, of course. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is
Like Karis, mate. He's well dodgy.
She
Sure.
pulls out a small box. Within this box is an anti-magic field. Whatever is put in this box is basically nullified until
Let's put Gobbo in it. Sorry,
it's about
being
this
serious.
So the
Gobbo
Saventus
is-
blade
So it,
is a dagger?
We'll make her fit.
correct.
Okay.
So
She's like, she says, this is what we believe to be the description, based on the descriptions that we have from our precogs. This is what the image is, and she kind of casts a minor illusion onto the table there, and you see a blade that's about this big. It has its handle is basically it's like a snake that comes down and curls around, and then coming out at the hilt of the blade is a snake's mouth, of which the blade, a curved like Chris-like blade, like that kind of snaky kind of blade, emerges from its mouth. The handle and hilt is like a green metal, and the blade itself is some sort of vaguely see-through, like a translucent crystal of some sort.
Cool.
Gone. Sure.
Okay.
I want to ask, like, so we believe it's in the luxury suite, but that's the suite for Anvis.
Do we know
Envy's.
what's
Correct.
with
But
it?
we don't know what else is in there other than the fact that it's probably most likely like a luxury apartment or something like that.
Correct.
Okay.
Gaba's question, do we know what she wants with it? Does she work in this cult that it's supposed to be part of?
We do not. Unfortunately, the most information that we have is that she is very high up in the political structure on this plane.
Do we know anything about the cult?
We are not aware of how she came about it or anything of the sort. Just that she is a powerful woman who has it. She may have been collecting it, but we like to assume the worst.
Right.
Do we know anything about the cult? Is that prevalent?
Unfortunately, we believe that it is related to a snake cult due to its very nature.
No! A snake dagger for a snake cult? Cool. Okay.
Now, there is one more bit of information. We believe that all of the official guests are very wealthy humans. On the top floor in the engineering and crew is where the subhumans are allowed to ride.
I'm feeling a plan, guys. The startings of a plan. Do you want to hear it, or do you want? I mean, we can.
Sounds very racist.
So
There are also humans on who work on the crew and such, but for the most part, we believe that the crew is mostly working under slave labor or similar circumstances, and they live all on the fourth level.
what if?
Let's hear this plan.
What if we enter, as guests at this decadence, and I can pose perhaps as some kind of high stakes gambler, and post myself up in the main lobby to cause perhaps a scene, maybe announce myself I want to speak to Annie's, anything to bring maybe some of our entourage away, whilst perhaps you, Karis, can take Gobbo enclosed in some kind of toolbox up to the engineering level, where maybe we could have Gobbo proceed down the air vents and into the room itself. But I think it depends on what Moose would then also do. She's basically useless though, so might as well leave her here. You know what, mate? You can sort something out. Don't worry about it.
Moose is the glue that holds
In
this team
case
together.
you forgot, I have a snake.
Yeah.
And in this snaky cult, a snake may come in handy.
Maybe
okay?
you can also pose as some snake person.
I
It's not a full
could.
plan.
We could all be snakes. That's true.
Why don't we just do it just like this this play I saw? It's called Seas 11, where these people try and rob this. It's good. Have you seen it? Oh, I don't know.
Seas.
Oh, I think I heard of that. The Bodies of Water 11. Yeah.
that's the
Okay,
one,
that sounds
yeah.
familiar.
Lakes 11. Or we could
Um,
fill the whole plane with, like bees, and then everyone would leave, and then we'd just go get it.
Bees on a
So-
plane.
Do we already have some kind of way to get it? Do we have invitations
Excuse me.
or
You're looking at a very wealthy, high-status human figure. I can walk in there, mate. I've been there before.
Unfortunately,
you know?
Unfortunately, no. As we understand it, the entire ship is booked up. So
Not for
we do
me,
not
mate.
have official-
Not for
official tickets.
Ronald Crowe, business extraordinaire, gambler
be
extreme.
the guests?
Well, I'm sure we can get me in. How are we gonna get me in? We're gonna sort this out.
I mean, like, are they? I doubt that they're going to be. Once you're in there, if you look the part, like, I feel like they won't. Especially, you said that you've been on this before, right? Maybe.
I have been, yeah. It was maybe like when I got, community service on the actual planet for trying to.
I don't think you
steal
wouldn't have been.
beer.
You wouldn't have been here.
Yeah,
Maybe you.
all of
think
those
you've been.
airships look the same. It might not have been that one.
I'm just gonna say, maybe Valdis might think he's been here, but he's definitely not been in this place.
Okay. I think that if you look the part, they won't stop you. They'll stop the rest of us. Maybe not Karis with his
hat. You can look
your
human.
hat.
Does anyone
If
have
we make you look
forgery?
like
Can
you're-
we forge an invitation? Maybe I do. Does anyone have a forger's kit?
Maybe Gabo.
I actually think I do not.
Gabo and Moose should dress up as musicians.
Is there
and try
any
to portray
kind?
it as the entertainment?
I thought
I love
you
that
said
idea.
it was.
I don't-
Hang on. You said it was
I
close to
don't think
guests.
that racist people will allow us to be even musicians, right?
Maybe.
Do
You
not.
said it's close to guests. Is there perhaps some kind of event or competition or something going on, like a gala or like
Like every night is a gala on the Decadence.
I'm a high stakes gambler. Like I can enter some kind of like poker tournament.
Sorry, I do the marketing campaign. For
Are you selling a timeshare on the deck?
every night's on the Decadence. Oh, God.
Perhaps we can pretend we're a band.
I kind of want to be like, so like if they're super ritzy, what if I like am like a super colorful parrot on like Bayliun's shoulder or something? Like, could I be like his pet?
I don't know if we'll get away with that one, mate. Sorry, I was.
Just remember, he has +3 against you as soon as you turn into a bird.
That's true.
Wait, who?
Flying
Oh.
sword.
It was
Well,
a
we
joke
can't really
about the
take
flying.
weapons in, can we? We're gonna have to take concealed weapons.
Actually, I don't think that you can turn into a flying thing yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I can turn into something like exotic looking that could be his like pet, right?
Sure.
Like if I like maybe like a
Oh,
really
you
cool
like an
snake.
Actual.
What if I
bird?
turn into a really cool
And
snake?
I'll just wear you.
Be like Britney Spears.
I'm Ronald Crowe, master gambler. You will let me in your establishment.
You're like shirtless, but the snake just covers up the
Yeah.
important
I
bit.
love it.
Like, have you guys seen that picture of Neil Patrick Harris with like the anaconda?
I need a fan art of Alien in this, like now.
I've got no problem with it. I've
Are you
worn
down
those.
to like what if I'm like a cool boa, like a I don't know, like all white boa or something?
All right. We just need to focus on getting you two. Right. If we go with that as an interesting plan, just try and talk our way in and say that we were demand to be let in. Is there any way we can somehow minorly sabotage the ship to cause you two to maybe arrive as some kind of repair crew to like fix a problem that's occurred?
Good idea.
Well, I mean,
Can you like
Cars, do
lightning
you?
bolt it or something like?
I have a
Well, I
hammer.
could use thaumaturgy again, which basically is for distractions. So
And do remember, Karis, you got to get there first.
Yeah,
Get someplace safe that you can cast, that you can bring everyone else in.
right.
It takes 10 minutes to do that.
So can he cast
Right.
himself in like the boiler room or something and then cause like damage, like actual damage on the ship that would need? I don't know. Because
I
then-
I don't think we want to call attention to us like as like a repair crew. What if we just show up? Like, we'll just be like, oh yeah, we were working on the lower levels, you know?
Well, I'm gonna warp in, right?
Yeah, like where
Is
can
what
we
I'm-
warp in? Can we warp into the freaking room and just kill everybody
Yeah.
and just take it and just get out?
Well, it
Sounds a lot
takes me
easier,
10.
guys. Not gonna lie.
and then we would just have to have a story as to why we're on the ship.
Well, yeah.
In and out quick, mate.
Well, if we warp
24
into the
you'll be
actual
there.
room,
You're going to be there for at least 24 hours, as a reminder.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that.
Shit. Get some gambling in.
That's my favorite part.
No
about
clocks in
this,
those casinos, guys.
Is
you know.
that you literally have to be there for 24 hours.
Could this isn't like the
It's a bottle
good
episode.
route to go, but we could steal a room from someone, maybe
Impersonate them.
Murder the guests
tie-
and throw them overboard.
yes, maybe, or tie
Ooh.
them up, just have them in the closet, or like
Impersonation.
Have we got any
Cars
information?
could do that.
Have we got,
Cars could do
I
that.
can do that.
have we got any information on to some people who are attending, maybe, and where from, or like a guest list? Can we get access to the guest list?
It's like Harry Potter.
At this point, no. I mean, at this point, the intelligence that we have is all that is available. We cannot get more because they're already in flight, and we need to do this.
Unless Karis gets there first, takes someone out, steals their uniform. You could do that, right, mate? Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Chop!
Pending any horrible rolls.
Oh yeah, it could all go horrible.
I think that's actually a really smart idea.
I think so too. I like that.
All right. Is that what we're
All
doing?
right.
So you're gonna teleport into some isolated section of the ship. Like, I'm assuming we can teleport anywhere on this ship, right? This is
Yeah.
right.
I'm not very stealthy
The
though.
maintenance level's on the top, right?
I think the very bottom level 4 with the kitchen and the crew quarters and stuff.
So it goes. The biggest ones are on top, and it gets smaller as it comes down.
Oh, okay, I see.
Don't know how populated those areas will be.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the top level then. I mean, the crew they're not being paid at all. So, like, I was going to say, they're not being paid enough to rat us out. They're not being paid at all. I feel like they're
You
gonna.
can start a riot. I'm mutiny. Let's
Yes!
start a mutiny. Take
Yes!
over the ship.
Yes! Can we free the slaves?
We ain't got time
I
for
like
that nonsense. You should have joined some kind of slave free.
I don't.
We've got 24
I don't want
hours.
to rain on your flee the slaves parade,
Notice.
but do try to keep in mind that the entire idea of the ministry is to not affect the local politics, and etc. Ideally,
We'll get your dagger. Okay.
Ideally, I would have had a few more days off, but here we are.
We'll get your dagger. What we do for fun, I feel like that's on us. So, as hot as you are, okay, your privilege is not going to
Oh my
dictate
god.
what we do for these slaves. Thank you very much.
It was checked.
Okay,
he
so
writes down in a little notebook.
our game plan is, Karis, you're gonna bring us into the top deck, right?
Okay.
Do we know where the boiler room is? Like where the most like unpopulated area of that deck is?
Sorry, repeat that.
Do we know where the like least populated part of the top deck is?
Well, we believe that the rear is this section here. She points. We believe that the rear here is literal propulsion and engines. We're not quite sure what this area here is in the dead center. There are crew quarters and such to the left and right, and the very large kitchen up in the front, as well as, and then various different engineering and such along the sides.
I'm sorry, you said to the very bottom. What was that?
Propulsion engines? We believe that is where the
Okay. There's probably going to be engineers in there. Do we want to go into the mysterious part in the middle where we don't know?
I think that might be our best bet.
I just want to say a quick thank you to Mega Gaming for the host. Thank you. Welcome, guys.
Meg!
Good night.
Hello.
Okay. It's not that I wasn't paying attention. Valdis was just too busy just like playing with his like the threading on his cloak or something, and he's just gonna go, what's the plan then? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Okay, so we are going to warp in Mr. Sulu to the
kind of
mysterious little chamber. So it's the hexagonal kind of looking one on the level 4.
Cool.
I don't know how to click on it,
That's right.
but
I'm showing people on stream anyway.
Okay. And then from there, Karis is gonna bring us all in. And then Karis is going to try to take out. So if you warp in Karis and you see someone there, take him out first.
Okay.
Take him out.
I mean, don't kill him, but like
Shot.
take
Karate
him
chop.
out.
What you gotta do?
Yeah. And then warp us all in. You're going to assume the identity of
Ronald
one
Crowe.
dudes.
You're going to transform into a snake around my shoulders.
Yes. For Gobbo.
Is she going to go in the toolbox?
So.
Let's put her in the toolbox.
Zed. So Zed, you said that the subhumans are on this 4th level as well.
Right.
Okay, so there are potentially other goblins and such down there, or up there.
Potentially.
Well, goblins don't communicate. They're all idiots. And she's basically still an idiot, so...
True.
I'm just wondering how much she's gonna stand out on this part of the deck if she just continues as a goblin.
It was the plan not to have Karis then have assume the identity of like an engineer person or repair person, make his way to
Yes.
the repair rooms, and then we can hide Gobbo in some kind of like toolbox or something. Right?
Okay.
Surely.
I would
big
say
ass
I
toolbox.
could use my
And then we get
invisibility,
there.
but
Well, you might want to need that for the way out, mate. I mean, it's your
Exactly.
your
Right.
funeral.
and I can't use it for I don't know how long it'll take for us.
Until
to
a
get-
long rest or whatever, right? Okay.
There are
So-
no kids on this
We've
ship.
got to
I'm
be
assuming
careful. Ish.
we can't
I'm
make a pass Gobble off as a kid. Is it like a casino type
she
ship?
could eat one. And
I
She's
prefer-
green.
the K word. Thank you.
Rabbits.
Let's all support her sobriety, okay? Thank you very much. She's doing great. So proud of you, little
Thank
Gobble.
you.
I meant for her to blend in as well, not eat one.
Okay, but she is green. I don't know how much it's gonna work out.
It's a snake
hood
cult,
and
you know.
I'm sick.
I'll turn and talk to whatever this lady's name. Oh wait, excuse me. Sorry, I've forgotten your name, elf lady person that works. Zen.
Zed.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not. Just.
Zed.
Is that when do we have to leave? Is this urgent? Like, what's the dealio?
When you're ready.
Oh, all right. So, cool.
Do we know when
You know,
the ship
within
is
reason,
supposed to? When is the ship supposed to reach its port, like its destination?
Within 48 hours, we would like to have you off the ship well before then.
Right.
So what's Gobbo do? Is Gobbo going? Going in a toolbox?
Yeah, just stuff her in the toolbox.
Who's carrying? the
Karis.
toolbox?
Paris.
I guess I gotta find a toolbox and carry you in one.
Minor illusion, a real box. You'll be fine.
Okay. Valdis, you should change really quickly into
What's wrong with this?
into your finest clothes.
Oh, that bloke who brought us the letters, you know, calling us back here. I'll just steal his clothes. Easy peasy. He was dressed all right, wasn't he, in that way?
Whatever you feel will best portray
All right.
your standing.
I'm going to go off and attempt to find some clothes that would be enough to fool the people. So I'll just be like, all right. I don't know if you want me to.
Cool. Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Clothes can absolutely be procured for you if
Oh.
you require.
Well, we'll just do that then. That's easy, isn't it?
Writes it down.
Okay. I should probably restock on healing potions. We kind of ran through those
We should
last time.
probably ask her for a toolbox as well, right? If they're getting shit for us.
Very large toolbox.
Big enough to
Very
hold
large
like a goblin.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
She writes it down.
Okay, good. Can we shrink Gobbo? Has anyone got any shrinking magic? Like something like that? We're just.
I was just looking for that.
Shrinking
to see if I could
potions or
transform
something?
Her. I don't have anything. Oh, but we could ask. He said.
Have you got any shrinking potions? Zen?
I
Can we like freeze her in carbonite or something and just leave her like that forever?
Not necessary, and you know it.
He writes it down, but
Thank you so much, Dude Pie.
Double sub gift.
Gabba's just trying to like get in the ball as soon
Bye.
as she can get.
Okay, so Karis is going to teleport in, take somebody out if there's anybody there. Should we ask for like a uniform if there isn't one? I mean,
That would be helpful
probably.
if we have access to that.
Well, what if we show up in the wrong uniform?
Well, it'd be better to have some in. Just go for blue, like dark blue overalls. Must be
My
that.
favorite.
Easy. Get there, everyone's wearing red. Like, ah! No?
Denim.
All right.
I would like some blue
Denim.
overalls, please.
Denim, there we go.
Okay.
Then we're all teleporting.
So we need healing potions. We need shrinking potions. We need fancy clothes
And a sandwich as well.
and
Hungry.
overalls.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Is that all possible?
We'll find out, won't we? My job is to make your job easier.
Perfect.
But
Where have you been all
obviously,
my life?
I can only do so much.
Well, I think this is a great plan. And if you speak to my dad, you can tell him I single-handedly came up with an amazing plan and he should just fuck off.
Maybe leave that part out.
No, that part's explicitly important. Go tell him. I want you to. And I want you to describe later the look on his face. All right?
Sorry, that's not my department.
I don't care. It's your job now. I run this. Okay, you're right, probably. I'm sorry. I'll try to be less rude. I'm trying. It's not easy. Ever since I got married, I feel a sort of change coming over me a little bit.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Rough couple of weeks.
I feel very bad for her. Anyways.
Fair enough.
All right. She begins. She says, "Is there anything else that you can think of that you
No,
might-"
let's do it.
Do we, real quick, do we have any kind of, could you give me like a quick refresher course on how exactly these airships work? Is there any specific part of machinery where if we sabotaged it, the whole thing would come down? Like, is there any weak spots we should know
we should
about?
probably know this.
I'm sorry. We do know that there are 6 tethers between the actual lifting area. I don't know the technical words here.
Mate, you just
On the
blow it
top floor, there are 6. You'll find there are 6 rooms, 3 on either side.
Okay.
Each one of those has a tether that connects it to the top. If those were all disengaged, it would plummet.
up. Or just poke a
All
hole
of them
in it,
have
mate.
to be destroyed or just a couple?
I would have. I'm not sure. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I am not an engineer. I am your operations officer. So
Okay.
I've got a question. What are the local laws like? I mean, if we get caught, like, what's going to happen? Like, slap on the wrist, like, fine.
I'm not quite sure there are laws on the airship itself.
Lawless planet. Cool. Sounds good.
I would assume that were you caught, I wouldn't expect the best. Stowaways, you'd probably assume to be a stowaway who should be up on the top level and
But
dealt with.
I'm human,
severe-
though. They're not going to put me up there, are they? I mean, that's horrible.
There are humans in the
Oh.
crew as well.
Poor bastards. I think we're good to go.
Is there just last question?
No, we're fine.
Do-
Don't worry about it.
Do we know if there's like any slave drivers, any specific person who's going to be the operations dude, the you of the slaves?
You're not starting a slave revolution, Moose. It's not going to happen.
I just want to know if we should avoid him so
It
that
would-
he
What if they're
doesn't.
all horrible
It would be
slaves?
safe. It would be safe to assume that there are some who maintain.
We don't have any info on them
Discipline?
though.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, I'm done. I'm ready.
All right. And she says, "Very well. I will see what I can procure." And she begins to head out of the room. And I think that's where we should take a break.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Sounds good.
Long first section here. So
We'll be back in about 2 minutes, guys. So grab yourself a drink and stretch your legs, and we'll be back in a moment.
Hello and welcome back to Tilted Tables on twitch.tv/Bayliun is awesome. I mean, that's not his full channel name, but it should be. Okay. All right.
So sorry that the transition is broken today between the scenes. I don't know what's happening, so don't worry about it. You guys will see.
I don't know what's happening either. Anyways, because I'm not watching. I don't watch this channel. Anyways,
Ouch.
all right, so sorry. That wasn't me. That was me talking in character as someone who hates all this.
I don't like it.
Okay, Zed.
You know what? Zed is me from now.
Zed's gonna be dead.
Ah, Zed's dead, baby. All right,
Zed's dead, baby.
Zed is Sev's alternate persona, who's the super hot Gwyneth Paltrow elf.
Hope she makes a reappearance.
Abso-fucking-lutely. If I had a magical ability, that's the one I would choose. Just switch between us, like whenever I want, and then never switch back. Okay. Anyways, all right. So Zed has left the room to procure anything. Do you guys want to have any private conversations? Before?
I think we're ready to go.
I think just to finalize our end of the plan, Moose. I don't know if I'll say it like that, but just for you anyway.
Do you want a refresher?
We're gonna go into the lobby and then like cause some kind of a scene to try and draw anyone that may be like in and around the area or anyone in the room watching over the thing, as many people away basically. Even maybe Anvis herself. Maybe we could like I could ask for her by name or something, or try and like win a load of bet some stupid money. I don't know. We'll think of something. Has anyone got any ideas? Like, should I take my trousers off?
Okay, so just to clarify here, so the room that we're trying to get in is level 3, right?
It's this one, right?
The very bottom of level 3.
Right here.
That is the intel that you have.
Okay.
That they believe in.
Okay.
That we have. Who gave us this intel? It weren't bloody like dwarves or
That-
gnomes or elves or like goblins or tiefling. Anyone but humans, basically.
Maybe
So-
someday you'll meet some intelligence officers.
Here's another question. If we're able to gain access to this room, how can we call for backup? With Karis and Gobbo.
I don't know anything about backup, mate. What are you talking about? I mean backup. This is my
Do we
backup.
want to take advantage of the ventilation shafts?
Yeah, definitely. Isn't that the plan? Like, we're going to drop Gobbo
Okay.
in. Like, Karis is going to get up to the engineering bit. Once we're up there, we can drop Gobbo in the ventilation, and then Gobbo can creep on down, find the way inside. So we've got to give you the antimatter box, Gob. You've got to take that box. And then you got to put the thing in the box. Don't get possessed by it. Pretty simple. And then get back out the way you came in. And we'll just wait for you. We've got a signal.
What if... So maybe both of us should wait or linger somewhere near that room. So if we hear a Gobbo, we call for help or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Because
can...
if Gobbo gets in a sticky situation, how are you guys?
I don't know, maybe I'll be able to somehow think of some way of knowing where you are, but that'll just be some kind of intuition, not any kind of magical item that I might have to figure that out. Who would say that?
But like,
How are you going to get in the room?
But I think maybe we should, why don't we, why, you could come with me as a snake, or you could just get in the box as a snake as well. And then there's two of you in there. But then even so, then there's two of you in there. It still doesn't mean that we can figure out.
well, I think what we should do is Gobbo, as soon as you get into that room, unlock the door.
Okay.
And then go and try to get the dagger. And then if you need help, then you can call for us. And then the door's already open. We can go in.
Good idea.
But I don't think we want to call attention by going in first, as soon as she unlocks the door, unless she needs help, because they're going to see us walking into that room. So,
I like
Okay.
it. I could always like drop you off in a plant pot, and you can like slither your way up there.
that's true. That's true. Maybe I should be a small snake, not a giant snake. Maybe like a small snake that can go under
What about
doors.
a snake that goes around my wrist,
Ooh,
Like a
yes.
like a little
Ooh.
bracelet.
Oh.
Yes. So like
As a reminder of how your shape-shifting works.
I have no idea.
Just be a
There's a
bee.
time limit on it. You might want to look up. I don't remember what it
Okay.
specifically is. It's like a number of hours equal to something. So just to keep
It could be a hat.
Okay.
Pretend to be a hat.
Look up your shape-shifting thing.
eyebrows, disguise moustache.
Something I should do.
So
I have
I don't
no
remember the
idea.
specifics. I mean, I'll look it up if it comes down to me feeling like you've been in that form for this long.
Yeah.
You probably want to look it up first, because if I decide, nah, you're going to turn back into a human on the middle of the casino floor, then...
Would it be animal shapes or is it wild shape?
Under your
Really
wild
wild.
shape.
Wild shape? Okay.
Yeah.
Once
It's like your level 1 or 2 druid ability, and it's based on a number of hours based on something like your druid level plus something or something.
Okay.
once you've dropped off Gobbo, Karis, what are you going to do? Just wait for her to come back out that way? You could also listen, see if there's any commotion down the vents, perhaps. Or you could maybe
Try to meet
draw
up
some
with you two?
guards to you in that situation as well, maybe? Like,
Maybe I'll do a distraction and then try and meet up with you guys.
yeah. Do we need like a rendezvous?
Okay. So I
Yes,
can be
that's a
in
good
wild. I can be in beast shape for 2 hours, and I can turn into it twice. So I can be 2 hours, and then change back into gnome form, and then I can go back in and do it for 2 hours. So
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I came up with another idea.
Go for it.
No,
No, go
you
for it.
finish your thing, otherwise I'll forget.
I'm just saying. So we can drop in. I can go into the room. I can help Gobbo as a gnome if needed. And then I can go back into Snake, and we can sneak out of there
Cool.
if we need to.
Can I ask Zen?
She was Zed, but she's not back
Zed.
yet. You guys having a conversation before.
We should probably find out how many rooms there are, and then pick a room number and all meet up there. Because we're gonna have to hide out after this happens anyway. So maybe we should have like a room that we can all rendezvous at, or a room number, or this room here, whatever room this is. You guys can't see, but everyone else
You
can.
I
hold
can't see
down
where
your
you're
click.
pointing.
It does that little.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Like this one,
Okay.
whatever room that is.
I mean, yeah, I can put numbers on these for next week.
okay.
but-
Should we just say number 13
If we
or
wanna-
number
if we wanna-
69?
So it would be room 30 something. or
Okay.
310 because level 3.
Okay.
Maybe we should pick like this one for the way it's the fourth floor, and then the second room over 420. Is that? Let's put that one. All right, cool. So that'll be like we can always like meet back there once Gobbo's got the thing right.
Yeah.
I don't have an
Wait, why
escape
don't we
plan.
just-
I'm just going to cause a scene
why-
and then I don't know what the fuck I'm
Why
going to do.
Why don't we meet back into the place we're going to go into, this little hexagon?
Because we have to
Right,
stay
'cause
here
that's-
for 24 hours.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I'm gonna lie low.
So we can just
So we'll
like,
camp out.
knock someone out, or Gobbo can eat them or something. We'll just pick a room, bluff our way.
Okay.
in. Tell them that we're here to fix it. Their room's got asbestos or something. You gotta get the fuck out.
Okay.
You know, something like that. They'll believe us.
Right. Or maybe you could seduce someone into their
I was
room
planning
and
on
then.
seducing,
I
Ansi
could
really,
seduce.
and spending the night with her. So
Gobble's
oh, well, I'll give it a go.
Okay. Cool.
All right, I think we're good to go, right?
All right.
Right.
Let's see how this goes.
All right. So I guess I.
All right, so after, I mean, it's gonna be a little while because she's basically like, okay, Zed says we'll meet back up here in what 3 hours, because she's got to go do procurements, so to find out what she can get, and it's gonna be a while. She's gonna talk to departments and everything like that.
So-
she's got to go through the bureaucracy and get all these things signed out and got through red tape and everything like that. I mean, her job isn't exciting as yours, but it's more annoying. So you guys, you got a few hours before that. So you guys just gonna go off and grab food and such like that, and then meet
Let's
back
get
up.
ramen.
Fuel up.
Carbo.
Carbo load.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we said
get
at the same
carbo
time.
just in case you're not able to get the all-you-can-eat buffet on the ship.
There'll be no time for eating, I have a question that just pertains to, I mean, I could ask Zed, or you can tell us now, like, equipment-wise, like, we're not going to bring weapons or anything. Like, are people armed walking around? Like, are you allowed to? Or would we, like, have to, for context? It's like a casino, right? So, like, we can't...
I could
carry
hold on
swords.
to weapons potentially, right? In my B shape.
If you have them on your person when you go into beast shape,
Okay.
then they turn into...
They just have to be a little light, because I'm small.
or potentially you could bring equipment and then stow it somewhere, but you probably don't want to walk around openly carrying. So like boot daggers and stuff like that, probably not a bad idea, but openly carrying like a longsword.
I don't need one.
Well, I can just take my dagger, and I'll take my whip disguised as a belt.
Okay.
Yes. That's called ingenuity, you know. It's the kind of things that Valdis would come up with, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see. All right, so you guys meet back up in a few hours, and Zed is there, and let's find out how well Zed did. First of all, she's able to get a set of fine clothes for everyone.
Okay.
Everyone, you have a set of fine clothes. She's able to come back with 2 maintenance uniforms that have had things patches removed, and they just kind of look grubby and dirty and such like that. So she's got 2 of those, 4 sets of fine clothes, 2 sets of utility clothing. And then let's roll to see how many healing potions she's able to get. So basically, we're going to roll a 1d20, and then based on what we get, we'll determine the number. So if it's below 5, you don't get any. If it's between 5 and 10, then you get 1.
Roll
between
well.
10 and 15, you get 2. Between 15 and 20, you'll get 3. Right? So you'll get 2 healing potions. She was able to procure. Now, as far as a potion of diminution, we'll do it just straight 50-50. Whether or not she's able to get a potion that will shrink you. So basically,
10 plus.
we'll say 10 or higher. So it'll be a little bit better than 50-50. Sorry, it's a weird noise in my house. So we'll do a little bit better than 50-50. So 10 or higher will be yes, 9 or lower will be no.
Yes! The perfect shrinking potion.
Natural 20.
It's a really
Zed walks in and she's just like, I had to do some talking, but I was able to fetch the potion of diminution.
That's my girl.
Grab your hands.
How long does the potion last?
There you go. I just revealed it.
Ooh.
So you will roll it when you drink it.
1d4 hours.
And she just got 1.
Yes, 1.
And the healing potions, are they like, what level of healing potion are they?
They're just the standard 2d4 plus 2.
Oh,
standard
okay.
healing potions.
Okay.
Reduce.
Yeah. So the reduced spell is basically you can look it up.
Okay, so I'm assuming, Karis, you can just put Gobbo in like your pocket then or something.
The target size is halved in all dimensions, and its
fuck.
weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal. This reduction decreases its size by 1 category, from medium to small, for example. And I believe Gobbo was already considered small,
Yeah.
or you consider medium. So you become tiny, which is basically like fucking small.
Like a
Animal
mouse.
comparison. Mouse?
I mean, I would say like
This big.
I would say probably more like a medium-sized dog.
Oh.
Oh.
Like let's say
Like a
about
border
the size
collie?
of Blue. Gobbo's dog.
Oh.
Real.
Beagle.
Can Blue fit in the
I
name?
looked at Ryan and
Yeah,
I was like,
like a beagle. Yeah, I would say like a
beagle, like a
medium size, not like a chihuahua, not like a lab, somewhere like between a chihuahua and a lab.
okay. She's a corgi.
There you go.
A little bit big, yeah. There's a little bit bigger than a corgi, but yes, about that size.
Cool.
So imagine a corgi walking around on its hind legs, and there you give Gobbo's size after drinking this potion.
So, toolbox
Did we get a
size,
toolbox?
you could say.
Toolbox size, yes, but you don't find out how long it's going to last.
Until
You
you
won't
drink
know
it.
how long it's going to last. I will roll a d4 behind the scene.
I might be running with
for
that
how long that's
toolbox.
going to last.
Well, you'll get there quick anyway. Well, crap, hang on. How long does it take to bring us through? Well, we can shrink one.
And to
together.
crawl through the air vents. You don't want that to run out while you're in the air vent.
Well, I mean, maybe I assume that
Come
you
out
can
to the
fit through the air
coast.
vents
Come to
anyway.
the body.
I feel like a goblin would be able to fit through there.
Yeah, you can probably fit for the air vents anyway. We'll just pretend that we make the story up and you can fit through the air vents, so don't worry about it. Like,
I like how we decide this.
We
Like,
decide.
Yep. We can fit through their events.
okay, cool, right. I think- Are
Metagaming.
we good to go? Right, Karis, mate.
Let's go.
Would you do the
Ready to go?
honours of opening a pool for us, sir?
Good to go. So I just open the door.
So you'll head off to Karis, your staging area.
Yep.
Or actually, I guess you would all head off to this other area with what was the dude's name?
Our friend, the orc friend.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Ugh.
Notes. Where'd he go?
Ronald.
Theron is your dad.
Whilst you're looking for that, I'm going to imagine Val. This
Anders.
is just Andrew, okay, fine. Practicing
I found
his
it.
accent in the
Anders,
corner.
the staging officer, half-orc mage.
Ronald Crow. Nice to meet you.
Anders,
Expert crow handler.
the staging officer, he says, you walk in, he's like, Karis, I thought you were on leave.
All right, mate. And then we do
I
our
thought so
handshake.
too.
Oh wait, sorry. I don't know. Wait, sorry. I pretend for some reason I thought that was me. I'll just shut up now. You carry on.
Oh, did you get your name changed?
I have been awake for so long.
Oh, it's very brave of you to take your wife's name.
Less of that, mate. All right. Thank you.
Yerga Karis.
I actually like her quite a lot, really. To be honest, mate. I don't remember what she looks like, but
As he is a half orc.
I was impressed that evening. That's all I know. So.
Anyways, Karis, all right, where would you like to be shot? I would like to remind you, we're shooting you basically out of a cannon at a moving target in an interplanar sense. So just keep that in mind that you might not land where you're looking.
Oh god.
So I guess I just tell him the rough.
Here's a question. Misty Step, Dimension Door, any of these things you have?
Oh, I do have Misty Step. I do have Misty Step.
Okay. Just wondering in case,
Gotta
don't land on the ship itself.
good to know. Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
maybe make sure that you have those prepared.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Wow, I'm feeling real confident about
Yeah,
that.
this will be fine.
I wonder why they had you guys do this mission.
So let me get this straight. You took me off my vacation. You called me in, and now you're telling me you might not get me on board. You just dropped me off
Karis,
40,000 feet
Listen,
in the air.
Karis. This is literally what your job is.
All right, let's go.
Come on, suck it up, mate. You'll be all right.
Okay, so you are shooting for the
Yeah, I just kind of glare about this real quick before I go.
the top
Yeah.
central room, which was told to you as the room that they don't know what's inside of.
The mystery room, yep.
Why did we pick
Okay.
this room again? Who was in charge of this decision?
Because if it's a mystery room and we don't know what's in it,
Why
then
didn't we just pick
odds
like
are...
a guest bedroom, or a wardrobe?
Well, there could be a person in there.
Well, you can handle them, can't you, Karis?
What, am I just gonna kill him?
Yeah, you kill people all the time.
Sacrifice.
Are the
Sacrifice.
servants like in like bunk rooms, or do they have I imagine they probably don't have singular rooms.
No, these two rooms, which I've called the lungs, those are crew quarters.
Okay.
The two rooms on the sides of the top level.
We could be going to a bloody armory for all we know.
Well, that would be good, wouldn't
That
it?
would be. Well, we still can't walk around carrying weapons.
Guarded.
I'd like to vote we change the plan to one random room in the hallway.
Just a
Okay.
random.
Yeah, it's better than a random. At least we know it's a.
Okay, so changing the plan, do we have a backpack we can shove Gobbo into?
I think we can.
Instead of a dual
I,
box?
I have a backpack, but I don't think I'm carrying. Well, I guess I could make myself small. I have a backpack.
But we can still do the
Okay.
plan though, right? Like we don't have to change.
Right, I'm just thinking, what if we put Karis in the fancy clothes now instead of engineer clothes? Because what if we go into the fancy deck? What if we take out one of the fancy people in the fancy rooms and go into the fancy deck, and then everyone's fancy, and then Gobbo's hidden with Karis, and then I'm
Gonna get a fancy counter.
on Valdis.
But how are we going to get up through the air
Fancy
vents
check.
if we do that?
Oh,
That's like the way we're getting in the room. Right?
that's true. That's how we're getting into
I think
the
we
room.
should keep the plan. I just think if we go in a random room, you know,
As a reminder, you are there for 24 hours.
yeah, we gotta have a little base. We gotta establish a little base.
If
of
the
operations.
first thing you do is get the dagger, you then have to lay low with the dagger for 24 hours.
True.
While they're looking for the dagger.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
just saying, just in general.
I
don't want to
fair, we could.
I'm just reminding you, your characters would have remembered we're there for at least 24 hours.
okay, so Valdis, where do you think would be the private location where Karis could summon us? Like in these random rooms. Because I think that the crew quarters are like bunks, so there's gonna be tons of people there.
I feel like chances are one of the fancy rooms, most of those will be unoccupied because the time we're going, they're going to be downstairs in the casino floor, right? So we could
True.
take a chance of one of them, but we do have to spend an extended period of time there. So maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to get there, maybe find out the manifesto, see who's in that room, somehow make them
Tie 'em up.
have to leave, and then we can set up in that room, and then after a period of time, then go and initiate the plan, drink the potion, put the uniforms on, and then as soon as we got the blade, we can leave, right? Might be better to do that.
Okay.
In the time we're waiting, do we want to ask around and try to find out any information on, what's her name, Venice?
Oh,
And V's.
I'll handle
And
Anvis, don't worry. I'll be
Okay, well.
all over that, mate.
You can handle her.
Yeah,
But should
it's
we
fine.
know things about her before we handle her?
Probably, yeah. I think that's a sensible, yeah.
She's human. That's
That's all
Human.
I need.
I think that's all we know, or that's all the people know.
Someone
she's a human woman, which is just Valdis's type. Or maybe not, since he married a half orc.
I don't discriminate
So-
when it comes to
Whip wielders.
whip prowess.
She is a powerful woman, so
I'm a powerful man. It's been said. I just said
right
it.
up your alley.
We don't know that yet. We don't know what she's into.
All right, so are we going random room, or am I going for?
We
that
just
big-
need a room. Just someone pick a room.
I say we go to the room 69. It's a classic number. It's
269.
always been a lucky number for
No,
me.
actually, that's not it.
369?
There wouldn't be a 269. There's not 69 rooms.
Okay, which one's the fancy floor?
The third floor is the fancy.
369.
There's no 69.
320.
They're 39.
There's
320.
not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay.
37. 307.
369.
369. Damn.
I'm aiming for 307.
307.
Hello.
Get low.
From the airship to the walls.
Fire's coming down, y'all.
All right. Let's just say that we'll just count down from on the left side. So that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one here.
I want to just take both
would be
my hands
307.
and put them on Karis's shoulder.
Can we
Karis.
can we put like a permanent mark on there?
Oh yeah, let's do
I
that.
will-
A base of operations.
Yeah.
I want to grab Karis and I want to say, Karis, mate, don't fuck this up. Alright? It all depends on you, alright?
Carrot just kind of
And
sighs.
if you fuck this up, we're gonna leave you here, alright? So,
Don't listen to
I'll-
him. You're gonna do so great, Karis. Karis.
I'll keep that in mind because I can leave you guys there when we leave. Okay, thanks, miss.
so the new
Okay.
plan is to find out whose room it is and then maybe poison them or something, so they have to like leave, like make them sick or.
Okay.
Or slowly smother them with a pillow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whatever word.
Something.
Or just take him out.
Okay.
Maybe I can make them.
Eldritch Blast.
You know what I can do, right?
Yep.
If they happen to be gambling, I can command them to cheat, and then maybe they get thrown out.
There you go.
Boom. Or I'll just piss them off. I'll goad them. I'll compel duel. Easy, you know.
Okay.
Let's just go.
So you
Tie him up and
inform-
gag him.
You inform
Wait, maybe
Anders.
maybe we should ask for a laxative or something before we leave. Just something to poison them with.
What?
You okay over there?
Do we need to point
Sorry,
it to
I'm really nervous and it blocks me up.
I'm thinking of something. All right, I will just throw them down the elevator shaft. Doesn't matter.
So I'm gonna.
Perfect.
I think tying him up and gagging him is the most surefire way to make sure he doesn't come back.
It might be a woman.
While we're there.
If it's a woman, I can maybe talk to her, seduce her, maybe get invited back to a room, slit her throat.
I'll tell her,
Maybe
hold
she
on, give me
likes
10 minutes.
being
to
tied up and
I think
gagged.
you're gonna really like this guy.
Perfect. There we go.
I am so excited to see this wingmanning right here.
And then let's just go.
Okay. All right. So. All right. So you let Anders know that you're shooting for. You kind of show him on the blueprint.
Yeah.
This room. Bing. And he's like, "Oof, specific."
Oh no.
Come on, Anders. What are you good at this?
I'll get this in. Within reason, we should be able to get you. Within 20 feet of that room.
Okay.
What about
I slip Anders 5 gold.
In any.
Tighten it up. A little bit better.
Anders, I'm gonna walk up to him and touch his hand real quick and just be like, thank you so much for all of the hard work that you do to make sure we get in and out of there alive. I really appreciate it. And you're just oh God, you look so handsome.
Why would
today.
this fly?
You're welcome. Please stop touching me.
I thought you had a crush on me. Okay, it's fine.
I get nervous. Sorry. This is the tense jump.
You're so cute. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Thank you.
He's gonna do even worse now. He's flustered.
Bang an Ellie.
No, he's like sweating.
Bang
All right. All right. So he goes to the teleportation circle and he spends 10 minutes creating the target landing zone, and the teleportation circle begins to glow and such. And yeah. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you do a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
Come on.
As you go. Actually, you know what? We'll do it as a charisma because that's your spell casting.
Okay.
So we'll do as a charisma saving throw. As you go through to find out, I'm gonna roll for him.
Okay.
Off screen.
Okay, and just do a saving throw.
We've
And
only
then you'll
rolled
do a
well,
saving
so
throw,
don't mess us up.
and how your rolls work together will determine how close you get to that.
Come
room.
on, Anders. Oh no.
Did Anders let me down?
Come on, Blake.
Can I give him
And
an
Andrews did not do
advantage?
great.
Oh no.
No advantage for my flirting?
Can I give him guidance?
All right.
Oh, Anders.
Ooh.
But you did roll really well.
Yeah.
Not 20 well. To have canceled out
Right.
his nat
What
one.
did he roll?
Anders, you schmuck.
Oh, I really did distract him. Oh.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, she's just so pretty. And
Oh.
this doesn't normally happen
God
to me.
damn it, Anders,
I'm
mate.
just nervous. Is that the garbage truck? Now there's so much going on.
I've seen you at orgies with 12 women. What are you playing at?
Oh my god.
Oh.
None of them are as pretty as her. Ah.
Oh, no.
All right. Yeah, but they weren't my soulmate. All right. Anyway.
Oh.
Cute.
I'm
about to die, but that's cute.
You roll a d6 to determine cardinal directions,
Ooh.
with 1 being north, 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
no.
5, 6. Okay? So basically.
1.
All right, 1. Okay.
At least you're not off the ship, mate. Just falling
Yeah.
through the air.
Yeah, no, actually, with a 1, you just end up moving up the ship, so you just end up landing in an unknown room.
Oh.
So
This is the new room. There's one of my people in there.
Not in 307
Okay.
anymore.
Close enough.
let me roll a thing to find out how bad. You know what? I'm gonna roll it in front of everybody. How bad the situation it is in this unexpected room.
That's
Was that good for us or bad for us?
It's not that exciting, so.
Karis, you're
Okay.
very good at deceiving people. Come on.
You things go black. You feel the stretching feeling of launching through basically like a wormhole, essentially, as you get stretched out and it hurts and you feel like your joints getting pulled
Ouchie.
apart and it's just like you get spaghettied through time and space. And yeah, it just basically just like the world around you kind of goes tunnel vision, like as like space in front of you bends and shifts backwards, almost like that effect when you move a camera backwards while zooming in at the same time, that effect that they use in like Lord of the Rings and all those movies and stuff like that, where everything kind of like feels like it's getting stretched out, except you're also there, except in a very pinpoint, it all starts sucking inwards, and then you just feel yourself dragged through that point, and you get launched, and you just feel this feeling of falling before eventually and you're back to yourself again, just feeling rough and such, and you just kind of land with a thud, kind of like give me a dexterity saving throw. Okay. Oof. All right, you land with a thud. Land cool, like a 3-point stance, but it's just kind of you're not fully prone, but you just kind of land on the floor, and it's a really nice floor. This well carpeted. You're in a really nice looking room as you glance around, and then as you continue to look around and try to get your bearings and figure out what's going on, you hear a woman scream.
Oh, mate.
This like screaming woman, as you quickly whip around, and there's a woman like mostly dressed, like in a full-length mirror. What do you want to do?
Take her out.
I am going to do deception, and I'm going to say I'm housekeeping.
There's a hole in the ceiling. Make an illusion.
She's screaming!
She just looks at you and goes, and she starts screaming and running towards the door. What do you do?
I try and tie her up.
Get her first!
How?
I'm pretty sure I have rope, don't I not? I have a Dungeoneer's pack which has rope.
Okay, but like,
If I tackle her.
all right, so you're gonna go for like a
I don't know what to do.
just a tackle. Okay. Sorry for anyone's ears. I don't know how. I don't have my noise gate that I typically have on my OBS right now.
Oh no.
That was fantastic.
Okay. You should know that I have quite the range. I can hit some octaves you wouldn't expect a 230-pound man could hit. Okay.
So does she.
Oh my god.
All right. So we're gonna do basically an opposed strength check.
Okay.
Oh
Let's see if you are
god.
stronger than this.
My strength is garbage.
Slender.
Oh
It's
god.
basically what I would describe as model size.
Okay.
And that she's a model size woman. So, I mean, she probably works out, but in that I need to maintain my
How much
figure
strength have
kind
you
of
got?
works out, and not in the I want to be buff works out.
Size 0.
No CrossFit.
She got that size 0. Like her clothes are probably all custom made for her, kind of rich woman kind of feel. All right. So let's see. We're gonna do an opposed strength. So she's gonna be opposed athletics.
Athletics.
Come on, mate. You
Yeah,
can't.
that would be-
If you mess
that
this
would-
up, we're so screwed.
Just
So-
click.
so
I
go
just
ahead
click
and do-
athletics.
Yep. Just do your athletics.
Okay.
So 16.
Okay. Okay.
She rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
So you just
There we go.
Yeah.
tackle
Hey, I tied up that woman.
Get
out
her.
the door.
Yes.
Actually, she rolled a natural 1. So what happens is you dive tackle her, right? And you just and you slam her, and like as she was like reaching for the door, and you kind of catch her like mid section, and her head goes right into the door, and she drops unconscious.
Nice.
Perfect. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yes.
In Nova.
Head injury.
Nice.
Violence against women. Yeah.
Ow.
So I guess I tie her up now.
Okay.
And
Woman's gonna be
Alright.
traumatized with PTSD for the rest of her life.
Well, maybe she won't remember.
Yeah.
It'll be a dream.
Could be a
A
dream.
really bad
Hope
dream.
so.
Okay. For rope tying,
Okay.
I'll let you do a sleight of hand, which I believe is dexterity based. So it's basically just going to be a dexterity check, but I'll let you do sleight of hand as the rope tying.
I'm clicking on it. It's not doing it. Sleight of hand.
Maybe it's just delayed.
I think it might be delayed.
I hope no one heard that.
Roll
as well.
20. Roll 20 does that from time to time. I'm choking. All right, hold
Find
on.
out.
Let me try to click here.
There you go. Oh, there they are.
Wow, they
All
all
of
came
them.
through at once.
6 was the first one.
So your first one was a 6.
Six.
All right, cool. Good job.
How could you fail
Oh,
at
oh, yeah,
time
okay, good.
unconscious lady?
I don't
I
know.
guess it's pretty
And-
easy when you're
and you
unconscious.
gagged her, and she's just bound up, in
Okay.
a shibari. What? Sorry.
Nothing.
I kind of like gently
Tied up.
sit her up so she's not on the ground, and then I start summoning my friends.
You like set her up on their bed. So like
Yeah,
underneath
sure.
luxury, there's like a big like king size bed.
Yeah.
Is she still naked?
No, she wasn't even naked. She was not
Oh,
naked.
okay.
She was mostly dressed. It looked like she was getting dressed, but like she's basically done. She was in a full
Unbuttoned a
nightgown
little?
and everything like that.
There you go.
She was still like putting on makeup and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just kind of set her up on a bed.
Prop her up.
What is your passive perception?
Ooh. Passive perception.
Yes.
Better hope nobody shows up.
2.
A
Modifiers 2.
Yeah, so it should be 10. It would be 12. Your
Okay.
passive perception is basically 10 plus whatever your
Oh,
modifier.
okay, got you. Okay.
And then so you will actually see that on your character sheet underneath your if we scroll down, you'll see passive
Oh, right there, 12. Yeah,
passive
yeah.
wisdom perception. There are some feats and stuff like that that give you a bonus to that, which is
Gotcha.
legends. All right, so 12. Okay, cool. You just kind of like layer in the bed, tied up, just there. Right.
Cool.
Let's see if anyone heard her scream. All
He was pretty quiet.
right, what do you do?
Or do we wait? I will
You don't get
do.
to know the answer.
Can I do a perception check? I guess I should probably do that, right?
Yeah, you want to do like a perception check to find out whether or not you think anyone's coming?
Yeah, if anyone's like coming or running down the hallways or anything.
Yeah,
Oops,
sure.
that's
Go for it.
performance.
All right.
Natural 20.
It's-
Yeah,
The
boy.
only thing you hear is the sound of the ship and the faint orchestral music playing off elsewhere in the ship. Just this, but you do hear like the constant like humming through the ship, this kind of sound.
Okay. So I just double check the door's locked, and then I start doing my summoning circle for everybody.
Okay. Let's see if you can get 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right. 2 minutes go by. You're still
Okay.
there,
Okay.
beginning to worry.
Come on.
5 minutes go by. You've been undisturbed. You're continuing the ritual and creating the circle around you. 7 minutes go by. You have not been interrupted. You're now in the throes of your incantation. 10 minutes go by, uninterrupted. You were able to complete the ritual. Everyone comes in to this room, this very luxurious room, with a tied-up woman on the bed.
Hey guys, things didn't go 100% smoothly.
Good
You
job.
did it though.
We
Good
did it.
job. I'm gonna give him a real good high five.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job. Question, Karis. Can you, like, when you do your little hat trick, can you disguise as a woman?
This might have to be a metagaming moment. Seb, I can only take on one like form, right?
Oh, okay.
I believe the hat. I don't think the hat can take on like multiple appearances. I think it's a set thing. I could be wrong about that.
He has like his alter ego that he can turn into, and that's it.
I mean, you have basically like a disguise self spell, right?
So I can do it. It's not a set thing.
I think it's basically like as long as they're essentially the same size as you.
They have to be the same build. Otherwise, if someone like tries to like touch me somewhere
So basically,
I could. Yes. Do you want me to be a woman?
Can you be the woman that you just brutalized?
Yeah. So, oh my god. Okay, so I get a good look at the lady. I take off my hat and I turn back into a tiefling, and then I put it back on, and I'm the woman.
God, if she wakes up, she's gonna have the weirdest day ever.
Maybe you shouldn't have drunk so much.
Oh no!
Okay. All right, so you all right, yeah, no, you basically an illusion spell covers you, which has essentially turned you into that woman. You are a very attractive model-sized woman. In a very, it's not, I wouldn't say revealing dress, but definitely form-fitting.
I put my hands up and I just kind of do a spin.
So beautiful.
Like a twirl.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like the dress underneath kind of like
Yeah, thank you.
Oh god, is his voice the same?
I would like it to be the same.
I wouldn't.
We're all here now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you're
I
all
would
in this room.
Like to do a little look around to see if I can find any evidence that there's more than one person staying in this room.
You give me a perception check.
Ka-ching.
Nice.
You do find male clothing in one of the closets as well.
Guys, I think there's more than one person in here. I know Karis did a fantastic job knocking out some random bird, alright? But if she has a husband or a boyfriend or a squeeze or, you know, a playboy or a gimp or a sex slave or a son or anything, really, or even a butler or, you know, like a personal henchman, or like a traveling
God.
you get the idea. They might still be here, so we might have to go and figure out who this person is and who they might be here with.
So, okay, so now, do we still want Karis to be this woman?
I mean, ooh, we could lure this person.
Steal her man!
I like where your head's at. Karis, how far are you prepared to go with this woman plan?
I think I'm committed to the team. I already got taken off.
The team
At this
comes
point-
first.
At this
I
point,
come
what-
next.
Did anyone pay close attention to the plans? Are there like escape pods or some like fast way off this airship?
We can just
Scum.
knock on a door and get out.
Rendered.
I mean, like perhaps we could take her to like an escape pod and then maybe draw
Oh my god!
her husband
Just
over,
drop her.
and then you know
her
pretend to
off
be
of
like
the
you know
ship.
like I want to have it, I want to do it in an escape pod.
You
so
do
it's
know there's a
sexy
deck
and it's
on the
pushing
first floor.
Let's just skip the middleman.
There's
Just
a deck
keep her off the side.
that goes
it. We
out.
can't like
Right,
jettison
yeah.
them off, can we? Unless we.
But
Are we
we have
talking
to
about
There's
her
a small.
husband?
There's a basically probably about this big porthole. Like looks like an oval.
Oh, do you know what? Let's just throw her out of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't open.
Not yet, mate. And I want to punch her. I wanna punch her
Well,
and see what
okay,
happens.
so here's the thing. If we wanted to, we could keep her here. We could untie her and just keep her
Basically
in
the size-
bed.
yeah.
And then
Basically the size
just.
of an airline window. That's what it looks like. So,
Okay.
Oh, it's tiny.
She's gonna wake up.
Well, we
You can get him through that.
we could leave her here. We could not make this our base, and then Karis could change into a different person, and then she could just wake up and be like, "Oh, this horrible man attacked me," and his description wouldn't necessarily be what he looks like anymore, right?
It might put people on alert though that something's going on.
That's true. That's true. Or there's just some pervy waitstaff, right? Because he said he was housekeeping.
Yeah, especially if it's a
And I
tiefling
think-
as well.
True.
Like, you
Very-
know.
I think very lowly, their waitstaff, anyways.
I think I don't know. Like, we either have to get rid of this body, find a way to permanently keep her unconscious, and also prevent her husband from coming back to this room, or
Permanently unconscious.
permanently unconscious, or we could look for another room. You're right, but then we gotta. Does anyone have like a memory wipe? Can we like put like an empty bottle of alcohol next to her or something? It's not gonna work, is it? This is
Oh
like the
god.
Well, maybe she got drunk in that class.
You're back on the ball again! I knew it, you lying woman!
She would not drink those empty calories.
Oh my God.
You're gonna lose your figure!
I don't have anything that would work for that.
I'm looking.
Did
through,
we
I don't
find
have
out about
anything
this
to-
escape pod situation?
I don't.
I think that's a good plan.
Like an air dinghy.
Yeah, just put them both in it and then problem solved. I've done that with a lot of my problems. Just
You were not informed of any life rafts or
Shit.
anything like that.
can I study the map to see if I find anything?
Could we just shove her in a closet, tied up and gagged?
What are we gonna do with the
Yeah.
husband?
We could wait for him to come back and just do the same thing to him.
But what if she
Are we
wakes up?
sure there's a husband? Maybe she's a strong.
Tied up
independent
again!
woman.
Oh,
Eat her
look,
again.
I'll kill her. It's fine. All right, you bloody. I can't do it.
Oh,
I can't do it.
yikes.
Everyone was just like, do it. We're calling your bluff.
Can we tell him to a frog or something?
Oh,
Oh.
no. I don't think I can't polymorph.
Oh, what? Wait, what'd you ask for?
Turn her into a frog.
Oh.
Polymorph's a pretty high level spell.
Yeah.
I know how we can get rid of the husband. What if you assume her
catfish him.
identity? We go and find the husband, and then you pretend to have a massive row with him, and say like you're gonna leave, and like he needs to go
Smack
as
him right in
well.
the
Or,
face.
Ooh!
On the casino floor.
yeah.
Good idea.
All right.
But wouldn't he just like follow her?
Well, you could pretend you got a phone call from your mum or something. All right, I don't know. We gotta go home.
Oh.
Dad's
That's a
really
pretty
sick.
common-
We gotta go
Ooh.
now.
Lure him back to the
Okay.
room and then we
Amen.
knock him out. Okay.
But then we
yes.
still got two
Good
bodies. We
idea.
need them to leave. We need to get rid of them.
But no one will check on him then. That's our home base.
But what if they
Right.
wake
Oh my
up? There's 24 hours. Got knock
Okay,
someone
well
out.
then let's make them permanently unconscious.
I love
Wait.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Taurus needs to be on the arm of Valdis. They need to walk in
Okay.
like they are
Jealous.
lovers.
I love this.
Oh, I
We just
skip
gotta
it.
make him leave.
Oh,
We've got to
I
make him so
skip it.
upset he's got to leave. You know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start.
That'll
a
make
fight
him
with
upset.
someone.
Not a lot of eggs.
Make him jealous.
make him jealous.
We can have him jump off the ship.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Let's
Or
go.
we could just,
It's
like-
easier.
You're gonna depress him so much that his wife is in is someone else's arms that he's gonna jump off the fucking.
Watch them be like polyamorous.
I'm just.
Oh, that's fine.
They're swingers.
There's swingers and he's just like nice.
He's getting in on it.
My face
Oh my
hurts.
God.
All right, what are we gonna do about this?
Okay, you two go out there, walk around, wait for someone, flirt with each other, wait for an angry man to come up and start yelling at Karis.
I hook my arm into Valdis's arm.
Okay, but what? Okay, I'll just be like, all right. But once we've
This is
pissed this
partly
guy
for me.
off, like, where's he gonna go? We can't. I mean, now if that is the plan.
Okay, so Valdis, once he gets angry, Karis, you'll say, okay, let's go talk in our room. Like, don't be over dramatic. And then lead him back to the room. Valdis, maybe then you can scope out the area and get a layout and see if you can notice the richest human woman in the area. Just scope it
Well,
out
won't be able to-
and then meet us
very
back in the
easy.
room and report.
You could even
Paris,
ask, maybe.
I feel like you're you mentally would know the only thing that you have to go by for this woman's voice is she screamed twice.
Right. Yeah. So maybe I have a sore throat.
Come back.
Hello,
to the
darling.
right. Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
All right.
Maybe use body language.
Body
so-
language.
There's
Give
plans.
him the eyes. Everyone
Yeah.
gets the eyes.
Bedroom
Yeah.
eyes.
All right.
Yeah.
Give him a wink.
I'm just gonna
Maybe
accept.
make him touch your butt.
Test out.
With my eyes?
No, grab his hand.
I wouldn't
Touch your
recommend having him touch your butt
Yeah.
due to the fact that it's an illusion.
I've
and it's
touched
not
worse
his
butts,
wife's butt.
so
That a tail?
Or a wife friend. Anybody.
Tail.
And you have a tail.
Yeah.
Okay, how about we go out there, we find an elevated position, right? Then we can start flirting. When we see someone come over, then we can walk back to the room and they might follow us.
There you go.
Once they get in the room, kill them both.
Okay.
Perfect.
Or maybe just knock them out and keep them unconscious.
Just go do it.
Just chop
I'm
them up.
baked.
Okay, right. Okay, then, fine.
Yeah.
This is a shit plan, but whatever. Let's go.
Bye-bye.
So maybe did I miss what the plan was? What was settled here? What are you guys doing? I heard a lot of things.
We're using my womanly charms to lure him back to the room.
Yeah, it works for me.
And you're gonna fight with Valdez, right?
Yes, or
Get his attention.
well,
Try not to
That
talk.
way-
No, sorry, you're not
voice,
gonna.
right?
You're gonna
Yeah.
flirt with Valdez, and then
Gobbo, and you be ready with your dagger. Just like knock him out as soon as he walks in.
Yeah, be ready to
knock him out or murder.
Just jump on his
Listen,
face
not
and like
the
claw his
The
eyes or
subject.
something.
The pummel.
I'll try.
What did you guys do with your weapons?
I mean, I
Like,
brought my
Roddy.
dagger.
Your larger weapons.
Oh,
or did you not bring any larger weapons?
No.
Gobbo, do you have your crossbow?
I have my. Yes, my crossbow.
Dagger is easy to hide. Crossbow would be tougher. But what would you
Yeah.
do? Just put it in a closet or?
Yes.
I mean,
Well, I mean, right now you can hold it. It's fine. But I'm just asking for. Let's just say you carrying a crossbow. The least conspicuous thing about you would be the crossbow. So.
Right. The crossbow's also tiny. It's a small one.
Right.
I have my staff.
It's just a hand crossbow, but still, you'd have to put it somewhere.
Under the bed.
Up your skirt.
Up my skirt. Up Karis's skirt.
perfect.
Strap it to the thigh.
Yes, my
Squeeze your
fantasy
thighs.
is almost complete. I can't wait till this show has fan art. Okay.
So that's a good point, though. Valdez, you're not bringing your sword out there, are you?
I don't have a sword because I didn't bring it because I'm not an idiot.
You didn't bring it.
No.
Okay. Okay.
I think this is my
So you
first
guys are
time
going out there
like, on an
unarmed.
abandoned massive airship, walking around pretending to be a famous person doing some gambling. It's not. All right.
You're going out there unarmed.
No, I've got my whip as my belt, and I've got my dagger just
Oh.
tucked under my sleeve. I was thinking
Okay.
I was going to put
This is
it
whip.
sort of back here so I could like do the old hair and then just chuck it somewhere. Right. I prefer that. It's more flamboyant.
Yeah.
Can pirouette.
We'll roll that later. All right. Anyways. Okay, so Valdez and Lady Karis
Lady
are leaving the room.
Yes, sorry.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
we are. Just be ready, guys. All right.
As I'm leaving, I just give them a little.
I'm just gonna go.
Isn't that the international sign of Cthulhu? I'm
Yes.
confused.
Try not to talk.
Guys, you open the door and you casually close it behind you, and
Head
you
towards the
are
music.
you are on the third floor.
Okay.
You are on like there's a big like a catwalk, like a big the hallway, but essentially you've got like a half wall railing in front of you, and as you peek over, it looks all the way down to the casino floor far below, so you can hear voices kind of carrying up. Carrying up through. Ooh, excuse me.
Do they know what room we're in?
You look at it, and it is.
Good call.
You are in 302,
Okay.
which
I'm gonna
So this one?
pull Garrus and say, walk properly. Walk like a lady. Sort it out.
These heels are really hard to
I've
walk.
been in heels before. How many freaking events? Like, come on.
that is the best handwriting I can do with a mouse. He lies because the one lower.
It looks like Bool.
Pool. Welcome to the pool. There.
Nice.
Done. So, you are closer to the top. You to your left, you see a big open area. There's some like just some casual seating around and a few people around, and then you can see that there are stained glass windows looking into the dining area, and 2 sets of double doors up to your left. To your right, you see it just kind of carries down a ways. You're just walking down a ways. Before it, there's this big elaborate like series of catwalks that head down to the big fancy room down way at the end, with a big set of double doors that go into it, and it's very elaborate looking. And then, but otherwise, you are standing on, like a catwalk. Like it's you. If you look over the railing, you can you'd be looking down. If you look down, you can see that the balconies, the catwalks on the next level down are all elaborate, and they all wind around each other to this big central spire thing. But then, if you keep looking down, you can see that there's a full casino down below you. And there's all sorts of people down there, and they're all talking, and it's crowded and such. So, based on if you're studying the map, you know that there are stairs down on either direction, wherever you want to go.
I think we should.
Okay.
I'll grab Karis and I'll drag him to the edge of the balcony, looking down in the most viewable spot possible, and I'll just go, come here, and then just start making out of him.
Perfect.
It's for the mission, guys.
I'm gonna need. I need a performance check, and also I need to take a bathroom break.
No.
Perfect time.
The fan art.
Oh my god.
No, not because we need a break. I personally just need to go to the bathroom real quick. Sorry.
The
Anyway.
gays are
Performance
quaking.
should not.
Oh my god.
We quaketh. All right. Anyways.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there's a lot of tongue.
There we go.
Oh.
Spot on. That's going to allure everybody who needs to know.
Everyone who some people walk by and they're like, "Didn't you just come out of your room? Can you just go back to your room?"
So
They
much
are
chemistry.
convinced that you are passionate lovers, and so is everyone else at this point. I ship
the
Valdis and
rumors.
Karis.
Yes. Yes.
Caldus.
Karis is now a little bit jealous that Valdis is married.
Oh no.
I love it.
Oh no.
Paris begins feeling feelings.
Wow, the chance that both my best friend and my crush are in the same party.
Oh my god.
Oh, Garrus is living large.
Got a dagger between your legs.
No, it's up my sleeve.
Told you couldn't smuggle weapons.
Whilst we're doing this, I want to sort of open one eye and have a look to see if anyone particular has taken note and might be heading this way. That would match, who looks like a bloke,
Let the
You would have
rumors
to-
spread.
I'm gonna roll a perception for the husband.
How would he not
but-
notice it? This is a
be-
masterclass makeout session that's going on
You're-
He could be.
with his
You're
wife.
3 stories up, and whether or not he has an angle to even see you in the first
Of
place.
course he does.
Is essentially he's going to have a perception check right now and find out. But the thing is, the DC is 18 to be even no. So I'm gonna roll him. It's a perception check right now. The DC is 18. He does not. You don't notice it.
What a waste of a good makeout session.
It wasn't for me.
It's okay. You can just do some more.
Just completely forgets about the mission. Rides off into the
I
sun.
guess we just have to do this over and over and over
No,
again.
it didn't work. We have to come up with a new plan.
Karis is like, maybe we should try again over there.
Why don't I
Let's do
just-
it on each level.
I could just push you off the balcony and then he'll get.
That would cost a big,
It's
yeah.
I mean, we have to do something else. The plan clearly didn't work.
I have no backup.
Go down.
Okay, so
Go to.
okay, well let's go further down.
How is that going to help us?
Not like that. Go down to the casino level.
Okay.
I mean, go down
I'll
while
suggest
you're
I'll
going
say,
down.
Karis, take me by the hand and lead me down there, but in a sexy and seductive way.
So I lead him
Swing your
very sexily down the
Work
stairs.
I need to see this.
I need a moment.
Oh,
right,
right.
hold on.
We wanted to take a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the bathroom break was a joke, but we can.
Oh, I thought you were serious. I'm
I thought
sorry.
you were serious too.
No, I was talking about the makeout session. Okay.
Oh, he needed to take a cold shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Wow.
The sexiest D&D.
Welcome to Tilted Tables, the sexiest indie stream on Twitch. We're gonna get banned. All right, anyway. It's not my channel. I don't care.
I
Oh
can.
my god.
You would. All right.
Going for the team.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. You guys are going to go down a
Yeah.
level. And so you head to the stairs that are to the left of you? You head to the ones that are to the north of you?
You're leading me, Karis.
North.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not too far, a couple rooms away before it opens up into this large balcony area that has a lot of like casual couch seating, right? Like around like little flower pots and stuff like that. There's this bleached white leather couches and such like that, and it's all like super clean and super nice looking. You see you see all these people who are very dressed up fancy. There's only like a handful of them around on this level, but they're all dressed up and fancy. But you do see like one person going around and like picking up like cups and glasses, and they look nice but not nearly as fancy, and you can kind of see that they're just kind of keeping their head down and grabbing things and such like that. They shuffle off, and then you begin to head down the stairs. And as you head down the stairs on the next level down, this is a very similar kind of balcony area with casual seating and such like that around. But to the north of you, so now you would be down on this second level in this area here, right? To the north of you in this area, it's just open air, right? So it just looks out on the front of the ship, because past these railings here is it just opens up, right? There's a ceiling above you. There's like a large chandelier hanging from the ceiling with magical lights like casting down. It almost looks like a disco ball when the light kind of goes through the crystals that are in the chandelier, and the chandelier is like magically spinning. Looking down, it goes down. There's the casino floor. You can see all sorts of different card games and roulette and stuff like that all happening. Various different style of gambling games. But then down to your south, you can see that there's this elaborate network of like, catwalks that kind of crisscross across each other. In the central column, there's a spiral staircase that heads down to the first floor, down in that direction. There's also stairways down to your north as well. You can see those here. So there's stairways down to your north, and there's a stairway down in the central column that heads down through.
So, but like, are we in a? I mean, are we in a better spot to be seen?
Potentially.
So is it like a grand kind of staircase?
You don't know where her husband or her partner. Let's just say partner. Her partner is right. You don't know where that dude is. You have no information, so you have no idea.
Imagine it's
We
my
should
brother.
check the. I mean, why didn't we like find out what this woman's name is, or check like the passenger manifesto, or like who she came
It's
on
her
board
brother,
with?
and he's like, God damn it! I'm gonna have to sleep out here tonight. She
That
found
would
someone again.
That would work out, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna like continue to be led and say, "Oh, why are we down here? We should just go back to the room again." Just like loudly and see if anyone takes note.
Is that a performance? Is that
I
what?
guess.
Are we doing
Make
that
out again. Fondle him.
Can I do a performance check and grab Valdez's butt?
Yeah,
Cool.
for sure.
Just need to change my battery on my headset.
Baylion's like, I can't deal with this.
I mean, I'm convinced. I
But
want
nobody of importance.
come back.
It's kind of not working, so just continue without me. It's fine. I'll just catch up.
Performance 22?
Yeah.
Sometimes it does
Holy
this.
So,
shit.
it's a
Dance
pretty
stream
good butt
now.
grab. Like there are like it's meaty, right? You get a good like meaty butt grab and
Butt
there's,
grab
like-
that could be seen from space.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There are two things visible from space: the Great Wall of China and Karis's butt grab of all this.
Perfect.
All of those nights in the
Like
This is
the
real as
International
well.
Space Station comes out over top and it's like there's like one finger that's inappropriately placed there.
My God.
I want to hear Bailey's squeal as this happens.
We're never gonna know.
What's going on?
This is my favorite game of D&D ever. Don't tell my other players.
I spelled his name wrong. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, but it is a wow. Yeah, no, so like people around again,
Oh,
you get like a couple of like
Oh my
there are a
God.
couple of like
Satisfied
chuckles
with
and
that.
Snickers and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I was gonna roll it. I'll roll it again. I'll lower the DC to a 16 to see if anyone.
Such a good butt grab.
Nope, still not.
Damn it.
It's just that you're getting into a more public place, so maybe the chances that the specific person.
Uh-oh.
Is there a dance floor? Maybe they could dance.
Can we dance? Is there a dance floor?
Foxtrot.
Scoop. Do.
I want to crump.
Oh my god.
Break dance.
I'm just gonna twerk, okay? I'm just gonna kick off my shoes and I'm gonna twerk.
Can I twerk on Valdez on the dance floor?
Can you demonstrate, Ryan?
No.
Can you
Do it!
I mean,
twerk,
there is-
twerk,
in
twerk.
the bar area of this place, there is
Okay.
like a dance floor area.
Okay.
But I mean, it is not club music.
Doesn't matter.
It's like
The music is in your heart.
Yeah.
Did it.
It's in my heart. All right. Wait. So you guys are gonna go down to level 1?
Yeah, and I'm twerking on Valdez.
Okay. So you guys.
You heard that? That was an immediate reaction.
Welcome back.
what have I missed?
Welcome back. I am strategy. You've missed strategy.
Yeah. Purely.
Okay, so your butt has been grabbed, and you guys are now on the dance floor, and Karis is twerking on you.
Oh, okay.
On the casino
Did we notice?
Just gonna go.
Was
with
it noticed?
Well, all right. So you guys
Was it
notice?
noticed?
I'm trying to notice me.
Are you guys? So you guys head up the? Are you gonna head down from the north staircase and walk all the way there? So basically, that lower level is essentially the top half of the lower level is the casino, and the bottom half is like the bar / dance / lounge area. So would you come down and walk through the casino area and
Yeah.
then go down there? So, all right.
As
so
much notice as possible.
Yeah.
Right, so you'd be walking down it's got like this kind of almost like curving, winding path to try to ensure that people walk by every possible casino table, to try to just lure people in to gamble and such like that. And yeah, so you guys are like gonna walk like arm in arm.
Obviously.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna roll it again, but I'm gonna lower the DC to 14.
Come
to
on.
find out
Valdez, I think
something.
your hand should be on the very lower back.
Whatever
Okay.
the mission needs to be doing. I'm just gonna grab a drink because I walk past the table.
Valdez's hand is on Karis' lower back, though, like it looks a little weird because there's a gap between where. his
That's
hand-
okay. It's like the floating hand thing. It's
Yeah,
respectful.
He's given the hover hand.
Yeah.
Respect, sure. All right, but we're gonna lower it down to a 14 to see if.
What else are we
somebody-
gonna have to do, honestly? Oh,
Nope.
fuck! You rolled a 1.
The guy.
Oh my god. Where is he? The bathroom?
You don't get any
All right,
attention.
I'm just gonna.
Is he making out with someone too?
My gosh.
Oh, you found someone too. Perfect.
I feel like I want to just stand still and shout whose wife
All
is
right,
this.
and you guys walk on back. That wasn't the twerking. That was just you guys walking through the casino for the rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Best is yet to come.
Here comes the good twerking. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys make it to the dance floor, right? And again, very casual. There's a couple of people like slow dancing and just like chatting, and there's just like a low murmur of people having drinks, and they're all in like fancy martini glasses with various fruit and stuff like that along the rims and everything like that. And you guys get out to the dance and just like dancing to the music that only Karis can hear, just and just like fucking starts going to town.
What did you roll for this?
Roll me a performance check.
Roll, yeah, okay.
Wait, should I roll it again? Because that was my 18.
Oh, for the twerking was the
Yeah.
18? Okay. I'm gonna lower the DC to a 10.
Okay.
To find out whether or not the partner notices. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Finally!
I was a bit worried there. I
This
wasn't sure what we
this
could do.
incredibly
Amazing.
sexual and lewd act that is happening now on the dance
Yes.
floor. Between this woman he believes is with him and this man that he's never seen before. Okay. Just trying to imagine. I'm building a painting. I'm building a picture in my head of how this goes down. Okay. All right. So, a man. Oof.
What does he look like? Is he a sugar daddy? Please be a sugar daddy.
You know what? I'm gonna do a 50-50 roll here. Odds or evens? Odds are that he is angry at he's angry at Valdis. Evens are he's angry at the woman.
Let me say.
Oh.
That's one we wanted, right? Karis?
Okay. Whew. Okay. All right. Someone storms up and grabs Karis by the arm. Just grabs Karis by the arm and pulls
Mid-twerk.
on your arm and was like, "We've talked about this." I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if he figures out.
In the middle of the dance floor.
He's too angry. He won't notice.
This is where it goes bad.
This could go so bad. Oh, okay, good.
He's angry. He doesn't. He's just pulls aside, and it's just like starts yelling. What do you think you're doing in front of? Are you trying to embarrass me in front of everyone?
Oi, mate, we weren't finished. Do you mind?
I'm not. I'm really uncomfortable because I kind of feel like obviously like I don't know. I feel like a trigger warning is a little necessary just because obviously
Right.
comfortable, but I don't want to. I'm not gonna go nuts with this, but I just yeah, he's mad. So he pulls you aside and it begins yelling. I'm not gonna act it out because no one needs that.
He just pulls her to the side of the casino.
Like just kind of like yanks her, like starts like kind of yanking her to the side of the dance.
Cry, cry, cry.
Wail. Just
Please.
wail in the middle.
I'm performing. I am crying.
Get him to take
Yes.
you to your room.
All right, give me a performance.
Okay.
Yes, so many good rolls.
Hell
Fail.
yeah.
Let's see if he
Moved.
Wow. Okay, so he's just like, stop. Okay, stop. Hold on. Sorry. Stop. Shh. Stop. What is going on? What are you?
And before he could say anything, I run back to the room. I just run back.
Okay. All right. You start darting off, right?
Yeah.
And he just like And then he glances over at Valdis and just with the worst, like, sternest, meanest eyes, glances at Valdis. Valdis, what do you do?
Bo, better go get your woman, mate.
Or I will.
Or I will.
All right, let's find out how important this guy is. Not very. Okay.
My palms are sweating
Mine
right
are
now.
too.
All right. He goes running off. All right. So basically at this point you guys would be in the lower area here on the first deck. So if you're going to start running up the stairs, you would have run up to one of these sets of stairs. He's just going to follow after.
Okay.
On that lower deck, and then just kind of follow you up the stairs as you go running back to
The room,
to 302.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So
The music.
Valdis. All right. So he's chasing after you, Karis, and he's like, "Wait! Stop! Just give me a what? Are you? You know, like he's shouting like uncomfortably loud, right? Like where people are starting to notice and like glance over and stuff like that, and you can
It's a
notice.
perfect distraction.
There are Valdis, give me a perception check. Oof. Actually, both of you, Valdis and Karis, you can give me perception.
Perception. Okay.
Jesus, you guys are rolling way better than you did in the first mission. All right, Valdis, you notice that when the scene starts, there are a small handful of people who like kind of reach into their jackets. And then as soon as they like kind of run off, they're just kind of like go about, kind of carry about their business. And yeah, so you guys run back up towards 302. So you get to the door, Karis, and you don't have a key to the door, and the door automatically locks.
I knock.
You just knock.
Yeah.
No.
Moose and Gabo. What do
He's
you do?
gonna think you have another guy in there.
Who is it?
He's catching up.
Open the door.
Well, I mean, Karis.
Okay.
He's catching up. You guys don't know that he's catching up.
Okay.
If you say who is it, then
Okay.
you guys who have no idea what's going on outside.
Talk to them. Just ask them to open the door.
Yeah, can you open
His
the door?
man voice.
Well,
I whisper it. I'm not gonna yell it.
It's Karis' man voice. Open it up.
Okay. So you just open the door. Open the door. Right. And like that kind of like.
Okay. Come on. Open the door. Open the door.
Okay. So that you open the door and this beautiful woman, the beautiful woman Karis, comes just running in. What do you guys do? You close the door behind you?
Don't leave it open.
Okay. All right.
But we
leave,
hide
like,
behind the
like
door.
A crack,
Hide-
like just a crack
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, but like we're behind the door. So if it
Who's behind the
opens,
door?
we're
Moose and Gabo
yes.
are both behind the door.
And then
I start. Oh wait. Never mind. Go ahead.
I have my dagger like holding
out there
where the
as a
blunt
thing.
end is like up top, just ready to go.
Okay. There's a tied up woman on the bed.
Yeah.
Karis,
So I'm gonna wait on the
you
other
look-
side
You
of the
look
door.
like the tied up woman.
Freak him the fuck out. Sit right next to her and just
Gabo
his
and Moose,
expression when he
you are
walks in.
hiding behind where the door swings in.
I'm just gonna sit
which
cross-legged on the
actually is
bed.
Quite a bit of a gap because I just looked at the 302 because see where it opens up. There's actually quite a bit of room back there. Okay, so he comes like storming into the room, just like you know, kind of like he kind of swings the door open as he kind of jumps in the room. Karis, where are you in respect? So like, say, imagine the bed is like against the back wall and like in the middle, like
I'm in between the door and the bed,
okay.
so you might have
So
to look
he
around.
comes in and he's just like,
As soon as he walks in, I'm gonna slam the door.
he's like, Carolyn, what are you doing? And then he kind of like looks and the door slams shut and he like glances over and he sees two and he looks back at you and he looks over and there's a woman tied up in the bed and he looks back up and he looks over.
And at that moment, I
Back
take
and he's
the
just
blunt
like-
end of my dagger and hit him in the back of his head.
All right, make an attack roll with your dagger.
come on. Oh,
Karis
this could go
aligned.
wrong.
Ooh. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously that doesn't hit.
No,
As he
no.
like as you like jump up and you're like, ah! And he's like, he just kind of like dodges out of the way and he's like, what the hell? And he like kind of jumps out of the way and
Oh
I tackle.
okay, we'll do an opposed strength, opposed athletics. Then.
Another
Let's go,
tackle.
Karis. Let's go.
Okay.
That counter roll
Throws
though.
you to the
He's
side
on 20.
and begins shouting, "Help! Help! I'm being attacked!" What do you guys do?
Gag him. I'm gonna jump on his face. Jump on his face and just like sit on it.
All right, Nova, I love you. Like, I really do. You've had the top 10 quotes.
I'm gonna sit on his face.
Sounds like my wedding night.
All right. Okay, so.
Oh my god.
All right, so give me an acrobatics.
Oh god.
My feet hurt so bad.
If you guys just
We're
keep
gonna do
failing to
acrobatics.
shut this guy.
We're gonna do an acrobatics versus his athletics.
Oh no!
You jump up and like, so what I imagine is like you do like from like one of those action movies where like the lady like jumps up and wraps her like legs around his head and like goes to like break his neck or something like that, right? But he just like catches you and throws you off to the side. And
I don't
he
get
runs-
an advantage
and he
because Karis
runs-
is holding him down.
No one's holding him
No,
down.
he's
Oh.
not doing nothing.
He's won every check so far.
Yeah, I rolled a great
no!
roll,
Grabs
but
the-
he's
invincible.
now that everyone's like out of the way, he grabs the handle of the door and begins to leave.
Hold person.
Where's
Okay, give me.
Where's that Valdez?
I'm just in the
Valdez-
middle of the room, like downstairs.
Valdez didn't say he followed.
No, I didn't. I wasn't going to. Like, I was going to.
Oh my god!
Well, I was going to like follow these guys with
This is
things and try and.
our
You know.
plan.
Casting hold person.
Okay, can you put that in chat for me, just so that I can read it to see what he has to make a save on? Hold person, concentration up to 1 minute. Choose a humanoid you can see within range. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. Oof, you
Not very
picked a
wise.
better stat.
Please.
Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. Okay, so, I don't think he succeeds. I don't know what your DC is, but I'm assuming it's higher than 10.
13.
hell
He
yeah?
reaches for the handle of the door. He just gotta go.
Now sit on
Good
his
job,
face.
Moose.
All right. Gag him. Tie him up. Knock him out. Do what you gotta do.
Can I try to hit him again in the head?
I mean, sure, yeah,
To get a sneak attack advantage.
that'll hit him. Yeah, you knock him out. He's
Hey.
so held, so he just like
Okay. Whew. Close one.
comes down to the ground. All right, who's gonna tie him up?
I'll tie him up.
It's a sleight of hand, so I'm assuming
Oh,
Gabo. might
actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Never
I'll
mind.
tie
be. Gabo knows all the ropes.
Gabo just like crawls on top of him and gets out her rope. Oh no.
Okay. All right. So you tie him up you tie him up securely, as far as you know, and yeah, you bind and gag him. You guys gonna put him up on the bed as well?
Got a little
Sure.
collection going.
Cool. Perfect. Right. So you tie him
Okay.
up, put him up on the bed, and yeah. What do you guys?
Can I do a perception check to see if anybody heard
Like,
or
let's
is
find
coming
out.
running?
can I
Let's
ask
find out
if
if anyone
I
heard.
heard something as well? I suppose, like, because that would. Because I'm downstairs, right?
You're like 4 levels
But,
down.
like, so if I didn't hear anything, then okay.
Let's hope not.
Okay. Yeah, you can make go ahead and do a perception check.
Boom.
And I meant Valdez.
Oh,
You can do it
Uh,
as well.
I've always.
I mean, as well to find
Okay.
out whether or not Valdez.
We are rolling so well today, apart from that.
All right.
last
Wow.
Go team.
I mean, until that fucking.
Yes!
Yeah, that could have gone really bad.
Most
real quick.
pivotal moment.
Yeah. No, Valdez, you don't hear anything over the music and the crowd.
Okay, cool.
And Moose, you don't think you pick up any sort of commotion.
I don't hear anything. Cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Okay, nice. So should we wait for Valdis to come back? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Let's chill here.
You're assuming I'm coming back. That's the. So I want to. So you say that once that commotion occurred downstairs, and there was a few people that put their hands in their jackets, like as if they're going to do something. Can I like now see where those people have gone? Like if they've gone to the bar, if they've gone to the side, or
They're all kind of still just chilling around. They're in various different. The one who stood out to you is kind of leaning up against the bar.
okay,
You notice that a few other people definitely reacted, but the one you definitely saw do like the mafia style reach into the jacket kind of thing is standing, is kind of leaning up against the bar,
okay.
chatting up with some folks and stuff like that.
Can I make my way over and then try and engage them in conversation?
You certainly can try.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk over like some woman, right? I mean,
he kind of chuckles and he's just like, what would he say? He kind of chuckles, and at first he's just kind of like trying to ignore you. He was like, right, yeah, no, that may, yeah. Whew, I tell you, if I had a nickel.
oh, you must get it all the time.
If I had a copper. You know.
So, you must get all the time in a place like this, right? I mean, just like rich, crazy people just fucking each other all the time, you know.
Yeah, no, usually they're more discerning.
Oh, am I not? Is that what you're saying, mate? Way.
You know, maybe do some research on the women you go for. There's some powerful people here.
Oh, really? I just met her on the dance floor. She just started grinding up against me. I've no idea. Who was that?
Don't know, but there are some powerful
There are some
people.
powerful people. Like who, mate? I'm down. By the way, nice to meet you. I'm Ronald Crowe, gambler extraordinaire.
Name's Ronald.
Yeah, my name's Ronald. What? It's usually polite to say your name.
No, literally, my name is also.
Oh, snap, mate! Can I go for a high five?
He doesn't.
Okay, good. That's right. Got to judge the demeanor of the bloke. That's fine. Can I buy you a drink, Ronald?
Nah, I'm not drinking tonight.
Oh, you working?
Got to keep my head clear. Nah, you know. Gotta play some cards later. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Keep
I just
that
assume you've got this edge about you. You're chilling out. You're hanging over here. It looks like you're. You know, are you looking for the best table?
Really
or
enjoying the time by myself.
Oh, all right, mate. I'm sorry. That's all good. I'm just looking to meet and introduce myself to new people. I'm sorry. I apologise. Were you like looking out for the good tables that you're gonna join? Because I could see you checking out the room.
No.
No. What are you doing here then? Can I
I'll be fine.
Well, I like try and get a little information, but I don't know if I can. I just. Roll.
I mean, what are you trying to do?
Trying to discern what this bloke is doing here. If he's like, because no, can I? What is it when you want to see if they're lying? Yeah, I want to see if he's lying. Right, tell the truth.
Yeah, you can do an insight check if you want, but I mean, I don't know that it's going to reveal more than what you already have a suspicion of. So
that he's some sort of shithead. That's not.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, okay. Let me shift tack. So you said there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens here. Have you been here long? I mean, what's the last crazy thing that happened that you saw?
Look, let's just say you're not the first guy to try to sleep with someone's wife this trip.
Oh,
okay?
Great minds think alike, eh, Ronald?
It wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't then.
Listen, can I just you seem nice, and I don't want to have to.
Does he?
You know, I don't. Can we? How about you have a nice night, and he just walks. He starts walking on.
Bollocks. Can I watch where he goes?
Yeah, he just starts heading up the stairs.
I want to follow him without being seen.
I mean, that wouldn't be a stealth so much as a performance.
Okay.
because
Good at that. Don't worry.
you're blending in with a crowd, and instead of actually trying to sneak.
That was my performance of me
Yeah.
traveling.
Go ahead and give me a. All right, so he walks up the stairs there, then walks down. He walks up the stairs, and he walks up another flight of stairs that you notice. You can kind of half follow him because you can follow him up, and then you see that he starts heading up another set of stairs, and you can see where he starts going along the balconies here, and then eventually he ends up at the center column that kind of goes through the entire airship here, and you see him hit a button, and the big metal doors open. And he walks inside.
Are the doors closing or closed?
The doors will close behind him.
Can I go,
shortly.
Ronald, mate?
No, you see him like inside, like
Where's the toilet, mate? Where's the toilet?
the doors close.
Bollocks. This is
Where were those doors? Were those the
Yeah,
elevator?
they would have been the central ones on the
Those
second
ones.
floor.
Oh, okay.
Can I just do a quick perception to see if it's apparent that this elevator goes to all the other floors? Like, is it like...
It doesn't go. The only floor that elevator doesn't go to is the third floor.
All right, okay.
So it goes. So you can see on the map that it's elevator 4, 2, and 1.
Okay.
So it only goes to the fourth floor, the second floor, and the first floor.
All right, and then I'm overlooking a lot of the place here, right?
Yeah. So you're in like this central area on the second
Can
floor.
I
You'd be about here.
use my vantage point to have a quick look around to see if I see anyone who was like approximate how many other people were like maybe wearing the same clothes or kind of behaving in the same way, using my knowledge of the military forces and things to recognize uniforms or people who are bodyguards or underemployment, security, etc. I've been to a lot of places with security and been thrown out by them, so I know I'm
Give me a perception check.
Come on, baby. Oh shit, it's getting worse now.
Okay. So you're kind of like leaning on a railing and like looking over and glancing around when you begin to hear like the somebody banging on a glass, like the ding 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 ding, as somebody's like using like a spoon or something and banging on a glass to get everyone's attention, and the room shuts up, like the whole place shuts up for a moment. Okay, and everyone shuts up and they kind of glance up and they're basically looking at you, right? Like, because you realize like it's right next to you, right?
Oh,
you kind of like
shit.
glance over your shoulder, and there is an exceptionally regal looking woman. Again, wearing extremely fancy clothes. She has bright red hair that is done up in like these series of braids and such like that, and then falls lengthwise down her
bad,
back.
yes.
And she's wearing like this green dress that almost looks like this green dress that almost looks like scale mail, right? And it's not revealing like I was talking about before. Like, it's not revealing, but it is form fitting. And she is for sure just this model quality woman, just like size 0, curve, just like wow, where's the rest of you kind of person. And as she's begging a glass, and she has an entourage kind of all around her, as she begins to stand up on that central catwalk there, and she's just like,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad you could all be here.
Great accent.
As you all know, I am Anvis,
and that's where we'll pick it up next week.
Oh, what?
That's so
my
good.
gosh.
Is she hot? It's my last question.
That's what
You're
Riddle
not
just
there.
put in the chat.
But she's a very attractive
She
woman.
sounds
Well, it
hot.
depends.
Okay.
My standards are quite high.
But Valdis, you would say that you are probably not even 10 feet away from her right now? Ooh.
Perfect. Go seduce the crap out of her.
All right.
Awesome.
That was a good
That was
session.
so much
Dun,
That was so
dun,
much
fun.
My feet hurt so bad from laughing.
It was a good.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
definitely
I
enjoyed
missed
myself,
this.
for sure.
I know, I
Hey.
miss this a lot.
I'm gonna be 2 seconds. I just need to run upstairs real quick, and then I'll come back and we'll do shout outs and everything like that. But feel free to talk amongst yourselves and keep people entertained. And I'll be right back.
Hell yeah.
I can't believe you guys failed so many times to control one angry husband.
I think it's a level 2 spell.
My forte is seducing and twerking, apparently, not
Good
control.
job. Good job.
So.
He was just very strong.
I think we critted on all the right things this week as well, so that's making out, twerking. What else?
Sitting on his face.
Yeah. Well, no, you failed that one. That's...
Yeah, I tried.
Could have got a different.
This is a
way.
good attempt.
Off. Doesn't seem like the best person.
I'm excited for next week. You can pretty much just go right up to her.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not.
What are you gonna do?
You have to wait till next week to find out, won't you? Can't reveal that, can I? It's just too much.
I'm so
I might
excited.
just cast a spell on her. Just do command and tell her to.
Also, can we just say, Karis, you did fantastic.
Thank
Luring
you.
Bravo.
him back. So good.
That was really fun. This is a blast.
That was really
I
good.
think we're doing a good job of the no combat thing. I mean, almost. Like we almost.
Yeah.
I mean, US
Yeah.
and then.
Yeah.
We've been
Paralyzed
very
husband.
stealthy.
Yeah, we've done a good job.
Super stealthy.
I've got some escape plans. You know, some scenes. I don't know why that Ronald guy didn't want to talk to me though. It's just bollocks.
I like Jill's idea of me of Karis creating his own popcorn line. I like that a lot.
Oh, such a good idea.
That might be my new in Denver next time we come back.
I
Karis
also
corns.
think Karis corns.
I came back just in time for the puns. All right, perfect.
God, there's something I was gonna say and now I forgot. Now I can only think of popcorn.
All right, cool. Well, I guess that concludes the end of episode 3. Thank you very much. This will be uploaded as the 4th video, but it will be technically episode 3. So it's on my YouTube, and if you want to watch the previous episodes as well, you can do that. But they're also here VODed on Twitch if you want to do that as well. And I think are we all good for next Sunday or the Sunday after?
Yes. Next Sunday.
Next
And then
Sunday.
we got this a
Yep.
week
Okay.
after that. So I want to. So next. So here's a little description of the way I plan on running this campaign for everyone else, so that you guys all know. Is the idea behind this is to be very episodic, right? Each quest is its own storyline. So you guys, if you're like, oh, I missed that quest, you might miss some character development and maybe some long-term storyline just in a thing.
Inside
But
jokes.
each one will be its own story, right? Then they'll end up back at Midas, and they'll spend a few weeks unless they die, and then they'll what have you. So each one it's planned to be very episodic based on quests. In each quest, I plan on making only 1 or 2 game sessions long, because I want that to be I want it to be very easy to watch, very easy to keep track of for all of you. So we will be playing again next week, where we will hopefully, the plan is to finish up this quest line one way or another. This quest line will finish up, and they'll end up back, and we'll see what their next mission will be after. Some people have got moves and all sorts of, I don't know. They're gonna do things to benefit their personal lives and not focus on Dungeons and Dragons for a little while. And I'm personally offended, but I get it. But yes, so
Should we do
that
shout-outs?
is the plan for the whole thing. So
Yeah.
Shout-outs?
we should, yeah, let's do shoutouts, and then we'll work our way around, and then we'll let Bayliun do it last. It's his channel. So let's start with
Novalisi.
Ah! Hello. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Nobalisi. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I've been playing some My Time at Portia lately, but I also play all kinds of stuff. I love farming simulators, so that's me. You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Novalisi, or Instagram and Twitter are both Novalisi as well. And this is Bagheera, and he says good night as well.
Good night, Bagheera.
Invisible.
camo. 10 out of 10. All right, Ryan.
I am Ryan Blue. I am also a variety Twitch streamer. I'm gonna be doing some Witcher later on this week.
Woo.
Yeah, I'm loving this. This is so much fun. Thank you for including me. Thanks, guys.
Woo.
Shilbo Baggins.
Hello, I'm Choco Baggins. I'm also a variety streamer on Twitch. Currently, I am going through my very first playthrough of The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, with Gerard Way.
I was gonna say, what's the name of the main character? Jared?
Yeah.
Care Bear,
Jared
I
the
don't
When
know.
I was a young witcher.
the Roger of Riviera.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Twitch.tv/ChoboBaggins is where you can find me.
Awesome. I am Severn, the role-playing guy. You can find me literally everywhere at Severn RPG, twitch.tv/Severn RPG. I will actually be streaming after this. I'm going to go eat some food and everything like that. I'm going to stream. I'll be doing some Skyrim. We just lost our last character after almost 25 hours, I want to say. 25 hours, our character just died at level 36.
Wow.
So
You leveled quickly.
we're starting a brand new character who's an old lady who lost her husband and she's trying to make her way. She'll be fine. Don't worry about her. Children don't call her anymore. It's fucked up. All right. I'll be playing after this, though, after I go grab some food, and I'll also be talking metagaming stuff. So I'll be answering questions and stuff like that. I won't go into spoilers, but I will do a peek behind the curtain to talk about how I DM things and stuff like that. I won't be talking spoilers, so don't ask questions that are going to be like, but what about is Anvis or whatever? I won't tell you that, but I will tell you things like, oh, what if they had super failed this thing? And I'd be like, yeah, Karis would have been like, I'm falling. Yeah, for sure, 100%. I would have done that. You guys can feel free to go over and check it out. It's twitch.tv/SevernRPG. You give me like 20 minutes after this, so I can go grab some food, and then we'll be streaming. And finally, Bayliun, it's your channel.
Hey, it's my channel. Hi.
The man himself.
Yeah. If you're here and you haven't been here before, I play a lot of RPGs, a fair amount of Skyrim, but I usually do a bit of variety as well with adventure games or horror games or whatever else is going on. But thank you all for joining us again for episode 3. There will be many more, hopefully throughout 2019. I think, intermittently there may be breaks here and there, but I think this is something we all want to keep going for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, please.
if you missed half of it, again, it's on VOD, it's on YouTube. You can watch the other episodes if you want. But we'll see you all next week for the continuation of The Heist, I think we'll call this little...
Yeah.
The Heist.
I just want to say on that note, like if you guys are enjoying yourself and you want to see more from the Tilted Tables, tell your friends, retweet things, jump on there and spread the word, because if people keep watching, then we'll keep doing things, and we'll start doing things like cyberpunk games and futuristic games and maybe just random tabletop games, and who knows, like I would love to see the Tilted Tables whole thing grow as a brand instead of just like the campaign name, turn it into a whole thing. I would love to do that. So if you guys want to, it'll be 100% based on how well it goes and how much people enjoy watching us do stupid shit. So yeah, if you like it, keep watching our stupid shit.
And that's basically it. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays and your Mondays.
Bye.
Group wave. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.